Billboard Chris, Boston Common. Follow. It's right behind me, having amazing conversations, as we are too. And we will be here all day. Let me see if I can switcheroonie the camera.
Acting like it's okay.
Oh, I got to do it on the screen. Okay. Okay, there it goes. Let's give you a little view of the Common. And here's the man himself. We are live, Chris.
What's going on, everybody?
Very excited to be here.
Yeah.
He's already had a good conversation or two.
Yep, nothing but support, as usual. I'm happy. There's not a lot of crazy Antifa people here. Maybe they'll find me, but this is going to be a great day, having tremendous conversations, and hopefully we get a lot of people out tomorrow.
We got good weather. Yeah, so far the weather is holding.
Hello, officer.
Chris, how you doing?
Good.
Okay. I want to have a conversation with Chris. Do you want me to stream it or no? No.
They should allow us to see the statue.
Do not want to stream officers if they are not in the mood to be online. So we will look around. I'll get some beta, B-roll, not beta.
So they see what you're seeing.
Oh, cool.
So you tell me, like, what are you documenting here?
I came with Billboard Chris. He's the gentleman over there. He goes around and has conversations with people about the gender transitioning of minors.
Okay, cool.
And so he spreads awareness about the use of puberty blockers, about surgeries that they're doing to these kids. And he just goes around and has conversations and wears the billboard, and he gets a lot of hate. People don't like it.
Oh, okay.
So he came, actually we're going to, tomorrow we're going to be outside of Boston Children's. That's really the event. And we found out that this was happening, the mayor was going to be here, the Fizzy Warren was going to be here. So we decided we would come out here and just make the best of the venue.
There you go.
Check out the unveiling.
He's called Billboard
Chris.
Billboard Chris, all right.
Yeah.
So when I came out here to document the event, but I found out they had not informed the public of what was going on. So everybody who came here to get a ticket can't get a ticket because they thought it was a public event. So,
Did they need a ticket?
well, they needed a ticket to get inside.
Oh.
So no one told them that. They advertised on all the channels, all the social media networks, the revealing of the hand, the Martin Luther King hand. And all of a sudden people get down here and they say, well, you need a ticket. And like, well, how do we get the ticket? Well, you're supposed to buy the ticket in advance. Well, how are we supposed to know that if it wasn't advertised?
Right.
So now people are upset because
they can't get in.
They can't get in. You still have a Jumbotron over here, but it was misleading to the public.
Yeah, well.
And then the one lady was telling me, don't put that on my YouTube channel. I said, why not? I got to document what I see.
Yeah.
That's about free press.
Yeah.
You can't control the press.
No.
You should never control the press.
Yeah,
No one should never control the press. It's not free if they control it.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Mayor Wu should be held accountable for that.
She should.
She should be definitely held accountable.
I mean, somebody messed up. They didn't tell people that they needed a ticket.
Definitely.
They're blasting it around.
They advertised it very well,
yeah.
But then they never said, well, you need a ticket. This is the amount of capacity we have and how many people who we can allow inside. They never said that. They just said the event taking place.
What's your channel?
It's called External Affairs Porter on YouTube.
External Affairs Porter.
External Affairs Porter. Now, what you going?
I'm Dangerous Rhetoric.
Dangerous Rhetoric on YouTube?
Yeah.
You're live streaming too.
Yeah,
I do a lot of live streaming, but Dangerous Rhetoric. Okay, guys, you got to check out Dangerous Rhetoric out there. This guy is I'll be a subscriber later on.
Oh, thank you.
So
yeah,
make sure you get that out to
Yeah, I'm going to put it on my
people
YouTube
who
channel.
put this together.
You want to say something else? Say that. What else you want to say?
No, that's all.
Okay.
That's all.
She's upset.
And everyone else has said it for me too.
Everybody's
You know?
upset because they could not get a ticket. They
right.
weren't even told they could get a ticket.
They weren't even told.
They weren't even
could get a
advertising. So he's going to be on
Right.
Dangerous Rhetoric too. So you got
Yeah,
both
I'm putting
things.
that out there too.
ticket. Yeah.
So
Yep,
a
make
lot of
sure-
people are upset because they cannot
make
get
sure
in.
people know that this event was uninclusive.
Unexclusive. I got you.
Uninclusive.
I hear you. And this lady told me don't put that on my YouTube channel. I'll be damned if I let someone control me if we press world today.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We're in public. And this is about free press. It's all about free press. Everybody wants to control the narrative. No more. Don't control the narrative anymore.
Thank you, man.
All right, Dangerous Redick.
Have a good time. Yeah, you should get some.
Check out Dangerous Redick on YouTube.
Thank you.
Fierce Porter on YouTube.
Locked. Rotate device. What do you mean rotate my device? What is going on here? Device. Video is sideways. Uh-oh. Why is it sideways? All right. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to do it that way, folks. We'll have to do it this way. Sorry. Maybe I can only do it. Hold on.
Told me not to put it on my YouTube channel, but they didn't allow the public to know they weren't getting tickets out there. I said, why not put that out there? That's information that people didn't know about.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, folks, people are upset the event is ticketed to get through the entrance here to go over to actually walk under the new thingamajigger. You have to have a ticket. And apparently you can't purchase tickets here. So, and that was not advertised. So folks are upset. I've already heard one person call it a very not inclusive event.
Pushing for segregation. It's gone opposite. I was at USC during commencement last year in the summer. And they had a separate graduation for African Americans, separate graduation for Asians, separate graduation for queer people.
The blue-haired lady was not happy. Shocker.
But this is going on everywhere.
We're going to expose that kind of stuff. You have to expose. Any information is good information, whether it's good or bad. It's knowledge, it's information. We got to spread the word.
She's waving at me. We dated before. What do you have to say? Do we know each other? Oh, okay, Rob Burke. How you doing? Yes.
I knew you were somebody. You look important.
We can go back to my car.
You look very important. You're really important. I'm an External Affairs Porter on YouTube. External Affairs Porter on YouTube. I just met Dangerous Redick over here.
Hello. Chris is telling me about you.
Oh, great.
I'm Brently.
From New York City?
Yes.
Okay, good. He told me he was bringing someone from New York.
Yeah, it's me.
Are you with another organization or you're just...
Nope, just Dangerous Rhetoric.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to follow you, then you follow her, and she's going to follow me.
We're like loosely affiliated with Gays Against Groomers.
Oh, good. I did an event with Trans Against Groomers.
Yeah, we've had Sarah Hagen on the show.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
yeah, she's a sweetheart. We love
Yeah.
to talk to her.
Yeah, I tried to get her to come to this, actually, but we couldn't get worked out at the last minute.
I forget your name. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Nicole.
Nicole.
Yes.
Right.
And I already corrected my
You want to say hi to the stream?
Yeah, sure.
Turn this thing.
Hi, Nicole Solis here with Independent Women's Network and Independent Women's Forum, supporting Chris Elston with his work to spread awareness about gender ideology and its harms against children.
No,
Perfect. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, so I'm doing this today and tomorrow. I'm going to follow him over to
Just not a beautiful person.
Boston Children's
Oh, good.
tomorrow.
Oh, I couldn't come tomorrow, so.
Well, originally we were going to do it today, but then the Boston police asked him if he would mind rescheduling because they were here for this,
Yes.
and that was what gave him the idea to come here.
I was concerned like it was going to seem like we were trying to pull off the event, but I don't feel like
We had one woman when we were walking up
play these ideas
the way here. She was like, relevance.
Sam Rapist
Like,
did and crash it.
there's people.
Respectful.
It's an important message.
And it's a public space.
And even
Yeah.
so, people get upset.
It's so funny how they get so incensed that if you're not, 100% in line with whatever it is they're doing, you're in the
It'll be
wrong.
nonstop.
Yeah, but they don't hold that standard against Antifa when they show up. what is Antifa's relevance
Where's Turtle Boy
at
go?
any other event that they show up to sabotage?
Yeah, it was funny though. What did the officer say?
So he's the guy I talked to on the phone. He's awesome.
Oh, he's cool.
He
Okay.
just said they have a van nearby to get me out of here.
In case. See, we love Boston PD. They're so sweet. Last time when we came up to Boston Children's, they were also very professional, helpful.
Do you want to sign?
Welcome, nice to see you.
I met you at
Nice to meet you in person.
Yes.
forget your name.
Do you have the pamphlets?
So we
I
tried
have
to get
some
in there.
pamphlets.
Yeah, no, I think I got one last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Want to sign
Brently.
to bring an extra one?
Go ahead. Please, go
Brently.
ahead.
Brently. This is Eva.
Ida.
We both came up with Nicole.
Oh, cool.
Brently.
Welcome. This is the podcast I'm on. I do with my partner.
Oh, I got one of these last time.
They're fun. Do you want a card? Yeah, we have a YouTube website, Spotify. This is streaming right now on the YouTube. We got, 4 people watching right now, but it should pick up a little bit.
You know who's in there? Ricardo Arroyo, the city councilor.
See, this is the first time. Actually, I usually stream on Twitch. This is a new one for me on YouTube. So apparently, even the liberals were upset because this is a ticketed event and nobody told them.
How does that happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you get tickets or do you
No,
have them at the
you
store?
have them or you don't. Yeah, they're not selling them here. They're just taking them. Sounds like they were a little exclusive with who they let into the archway here.
We should take a little peek see and see who's inside.
I know they.
I just here's a selfie stick.
I think the mayor, and this is it. It's more for stabilization and to make it.
Like if it had Periscope action, you can see who's in the pit.
That's true. Go over the
Well,
wall.
so it's not even, you can't even visually see into the.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where it's supposed to be. Like we were looking for it, and then we just heard the sound system, and then we just started walking towards it.
Like you can't even
I spent a
see.
year and a half talking to one person at a time. Well, I can talk to 10 people on a podcast with them. Yeah. No, but you know what I mean. Like crazy people. Yeah. There's a lot of people like myself. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. You want to sign or?
Can I jump in too?
Yeah.
You're Aiden, you dad?
I am a dad.
Okay, we're gonna go Ida and then we'll work our way. So Ida, you go. Okay. Jody, we're ready.
I can't photograph and live stream at the same time.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying like come in the.
Yeah, because you take a picture and we're all
What's going
looking
on,
at
folks? Who's here in the chat? I can actually see the chat, so I will try to respond
That'd be great.
when and if I can.
I got it.
No, I thought they were saying come in the picture, but.
It's windy. Wind is messing with my stabilizer.
Again.
Thank you very much.
You keep that on
Sure. I don't mind.
I wonder what would happen if I wore that one.
How do you store these
Yeah,
on?
you're transgendered.
How do you store these on phone?
They're gonna box.
They go.
What's this event that you are outside of? I missed the description. The event is for the unveiling of a new Martin Luther King Jr. sculpture. Pair of like bronze arms that are wrapped. The love between Coletta and Dr. King, because she took over a lot of the work after Dr. King passed away. So yeah, that's supposed to symbolize their love, and it's 2 grasping arms wrapped around each other. And so there's a lot of stuff. I think the event just began, which is why the music is starting. There's a jumbotron somewhere that's like displaying what's happening inside. Because in order to go inside the event, you have to have a ticket, which they didn't tell anybody that.
yard deep. The field's 110 yards long. So it's wider, it's a bigger field.
You like the Canucks?
Yeah, I don't pay attention anymore.
Oh, you don't watch any show? Okay.
I'm still busy now.
Did you see the hit piece they did from them yesterday down in DC?
Almost.
There was, I think it was like LGBTQ Nation, and MSN scraped it and put it on their website. And it was basically like Marjorie Taylor Greene held an anti-trans rally at the Capitol. Nobody came. And it was like Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't even supposed to be there. Like she saw them at dinner the night before and just randomly was like, "Yeah, I'll swing by, whatever." So it was just a random. It wasn't even like a planned thing. They just all Chris was doing his thing and they all joined it.
Yeah, no, they see a picture with anyone, and they just glom onto that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so they said they gave everybody these really trite adjectives. It was like conspiracy theorist James Lindsay, like J.K. Rowling fanboy Chris Elston. Like everybody had, it was like a sexual harasser Alex Stein, sexually harassing. Everybody had a label. Yeah. So it was just, we were reading it before when we were coming on the way over here, and it was just so funny. They get so mad. When in that same article, they basically just continued to call everybody transphobic and said that there's no minors in the United States are getting any sort of surgeries or anything. It was just a blatant lie.
Right.
So
like a simple Google search on medical journals.
Yeah, and it's just like they don't care. They're just lying.
They don't.
Oh, I'm so bummed I can't take pictures and live stream at the same time.
We're gonna get that. I just show all the people outside.
I'll have to take snaps from the footage later.
I'll send it to you.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if there's some way I can change. No, I guess not. Save highlight, enable flash, mute microphone. No. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. If you swing through, please smash that like button. We appreciate it. I love watching people's reactions as they walk by. The reactions to his billboards are always the best.
Instantly offended.
Right, yeah. What I love are the ones that are like instantly offended and then start talking to him and then slowly change their minds.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's the magic right there.
Yeah. That's the thing. They don't want competition. Sometimes go on
Go for a stroll?
Yeah, you want to do a little walk?
Yeah.
I'll stay maybe ahead of you guys. You want to go like around this mass of people?
How lame is this? It's all
It is
walled off.
so weird.
Exclusive,
Why did they have walls?
one might call it.
One of the greatest band in the history of the nation. You gotta have tickets and then wall it all.
He's like this old-looking weird guy.
Hey, Nicole, I hope you don't have a gas stove. My kids are getting straight A's. Somehow they're not cognitively impaired now. We have natural gas.
I mean, I guess all these babies being born trying to touch the gas stove. Now we know why any of them have problems.
The electrical grids can't even keep up as it is.
It's funny, all of these people have shared images of themselves cooking at home, and they all have gas stoves. Like, liquid flooring, they say.
How dumb is this?
I don't have a gas stove. I like. I don't
Whatever.
even know.
It's just like
I
nothing
assume it
wrong with
runs
gas.
out.
The Embrace Boston community welcomes Latoya Edwards.
This guy runs for Congress on our budget. Rob, when you run for Congress, what district?
8th congressional district.
You got 80,000 votes?
It was 90. I'm doing an audit on it right now. They chopped it up. I looked at Lynch. Lynch was going to win no matter what.
Oh, you ran against Stephen Lynch?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was going to win no matter what. But I get all the information I need to do the quick audit on. We were interested in the counterfeit ballots being put in. It wasn't the ballots; they were holding it. They would send them to you.
Yeah, we actually originally intended to come out today to go to the Boston Children's Hospital where they perform these surgeries and write prescriptions for minors for puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones. But the police asked Chris if he would postpone for a day. So.
I've been following you for a while. Say hi and make sure you appreciate it.
He's the jet. He was a jet.
I appreciate all of your time. I got some friends here today. This is Nicole Solis.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I know who you are too from Twitter. Right? And Aiden Carney. And this is my friend Brently
Hi.
from New York City. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I'm disappointed. I thought every time I see you, there's Antifa.
Yeah, they're just
Quiet.
maybe they're learning.
I know they're not working.
Maybe they're learning.
I know they're not working. I probably woke up at least an hour ago.
Boston Children's Hospital sent out an email about the protest tomorrow, so
That should be more,
wait
yeah.
hopefully they come out tomorrow.
Yeah, Saturday's gonna be complicated.
Okay.
What time are you gonna get there? 10?
Or 11. Around 11. Hopefully they come out. They might not. Maybe they'll get a clue that it
I
helps
thought
me out.
for sure, Mr. That I hate even saying his name, that Ryan Riccio guy, like he's a stalker. I'm shocked he's not here right
Who's
now.
that?
The guy that's on Twitter with the that just is constantly replying to nonsense. I think you
Okay.
interacted with the rest
Who was the guy that I was talking to that lives in his mother's basement?
Oh, that guy. What was his name?
He had a red jacket on, I think.
Rod.
Rod.
Rod Weber.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, where's Rod? That's a good question. Let's see where he's at.
Should we go for a little stroll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll try to get.
So how did you get involved in this?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Music okay? Don't want to get supporters on camera if they don't want to be on camera.
Over the last 18 months, we forged an unbreakable partnership with Embrace Boston due to our shared values. And that time we aired 2 specials. We went live from the Embrace Ideas Festival, traveled to Walla Walla, Washington to see the monument being made. We look forward to being there for the construction of the Embrace Center. We have 10 cameras on this common right now to bring this live coverage, and this is just the beginning. So in honor of that, please join me right now in applauding this worthy partnership.
This is actually a challenge.
It's all right, Ben. It's a private. You don't have to run away. Not interested.
Where did he go? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, after the whole thing on the screen.
Girls. So it's never been approved. The drug that is approved for prostate cancer, endometriosis, breast cancer. Same drug given to pedophiles and addicts to castrate. Because it totally stops their kidneys. So girls' breasts, some girls' breasts, some girls' breasts, some get wider. They're losing low density.
She's not happy.
They're even cutting off the breast.
Oh, look at this big
I had
puppies.
a protest of Boston Children's Hospital last September.
Those are big puppies.
There were 200 counter protesters. It's a big news story. It's all over the news these days. This stuff. And I'm just trying to have conversations to create awareness about what's happening.
He's got connections. He's looking for investors for the shoe. You should have known.
That's all good.
Things got going on. Open-minded.
More good conversations.
One conversation at a time. You had no idea.
What percentage of your conversations are positive, like with strangers?
92,
92. That's pretty specific.
I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd say 9 out of 10, but I'd say it's a little higher than that.
And
it depends where I go.
Do they initiate 100% of the time conversation with you?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him looking at me, like,
Yeah, like
so
curious.
I just said, how's it going?
A lot of people are looking at me. Like they're walking around, everybody's looking.
I might say, how's it going? And if they want to know, they'll ask. So he asked.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, you're not forcing.
I don't go and try to start conversations really. I just stand around and people come up to me.
Right, okay. And was he familiar with any of the stuff you were talking about?
No, he had no idea.
No idea.
He had no idea.
I feel like if you're not on Twitter or in following in the same universe that we are, you might not have any idea any of this stuff is going on.
No, how could you? The media doesn't report on it.
No.
Most people aren't on Twitter, and even if they are, they're not in this space.
Right. It's they don't follow Alejandro Caraballo.
No, that's great.
Which is probably a good thing. Actually,
so that's
he's
why
blocked
I go out
me.
in the real world.
Has she blocked you yet?
Oh yeah.
Or he or whatever? Yeah. I don't even know. Did you see him at Capitol Hill getting roasted by Nancy Mace?
I did.
That was brilliant.
phenomenal.
That was brilliant. And I'm not a Nancy Mace fan, but that was quite the show she put on there.
Yeah, he's calling me a stochastic terrorist and Chaya Raichik and Matt Walsh. He's out there saying that, what was it, that he was advocating for, saying was a good idea? Pipe bombs or something? Like.
Yeah, that we need to go kill Supreme Court justices, they were insinuating.
Yeah, something about the Supreme Court justice.
One of my chatters says he's moving out of the country.
Oh yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, I mean, he also said he was getting off of Twitter.
Well, that's great.
He says a lot of things.
That's fine. I'd be happy to have him give up his influential position at Harvard and go somewhere else and spout gender ideology.
Yeah, I heard some story from a reputable source about how he got that job. It's like a diversity hire. They just.
Of course.
When did the transition begin? Is that a new thing? Was he a guy?
I don't know. Yeah, he's.
No, but like.
I don't know.
Did he go by a guy named not too long ago? Like Rachel Levine.
I have no
start
idea.
Converting until whatever.
Yeah, Rachel Levine is on camera recently in an interview talking about how family is everything to him. How he's so glad that he had his kids before he transitioned. And here he is advocating to transition all these kids, to sterilize all these kids.
And they'll be unable to reproduce.
So they can't have
Yeah.
family.
Right.
What a
Now,
giant hypocrite.
Can you probably know more about this than me? If somebody gets a fake penis put on,
Yeah.
can that be used to impregnate someone?
No.
So they can't reproduce.
No.
It's just forearm tissue rolled up and attached to their groin.
It's not even calling it a penis
So they can't
is
produce.
Neophallus.
Can they produce semen?
No, it's just their arm rolled up.
Do they pee out of it?
no.
Yes, they extend the urethra somehow, and they'll pee out of it. And sometimes after it's healed, they'll put steel rods inside so that they can maneuver it into different positions for sex.
That sounds. So they can get an erection.
No, well, no,
Not-
they can
not a real one.
They can move the steel rod inside of it to change its position.
That sounds horribly painful. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's.
Are they made aware of this when it happens?
No.
No, you can go. I have a Boston Children's Hospital video about this up on my Instagram. It's easier to find.
Okay.
So they do hair removal up to a year in advance because the inside part of your forearm will form the inner part where the urethra is. this part of the forearm where the hair is the outer part of the shaft. So they have to remove all the hair from the inner part of your forearm. Otherwise, you get these ingrown hairs where they can't get at it, and it causes massive infections, and it can even lead to death. This happened to Scott Nugent. So they start the hair removal process far in advance. And
Scott Nugent?
Scott Nugent is in the film What is a Woman?
Oh, I regret to say
trans
Yeah.
man.
So she had the phalloplasty.
Oh, and regrets it, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
At
yes,
42
I know.
years old, she did this.
Okay, gotcha.
She says kids don't have a chance. But no, they take the fat tissue, the blood vessels, the skin out of the forearm. It's forever damaged, and they just attach it to their groin as a weird-looking phallus. This is Frankenstein level stuff. And of course, there's always complications.
Now,
Sometimes they take the tissue out of the thigh.
How does the reverse way work? How do you make it
So for the boys, they turn their penis inside out.
inside out? You
Yeah,
have to chop it
they
off?
invert it. They slice it open and then they invert it. But if these kids have been on puberty blockers, so let's say a boy goes on puberty blockers at the age of 11 or 12, his penis never grows. So by the time he's 18 and 17 or 16, they do this to 16-year-olds. They do this penile inversion surgery. There's not enough tissue because it never grew to form this neo-vagina. So what they do is they cut out some of their stomach or some of the kid's colon, and they use that to form the interior lining of this neo-vagina.
Because they have to
And guess what?
make
It smells
space.
like
They
colon.
have to make space.
Yeah, there's not enough tissue. It has to be deep enough, right? But it's a wound, and they have to dilate it every day for weeks or months, and then they have to continue to dilate it for the rest of their life. Otherwise, it'll close up because it's just a wound.
Is this like require a surgery, or can you just take a bunch of pills and do it? Like that's what they
dilate
say
it?
when they go on the hormones, right? They start the hormones. They ingest the hormones, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Or they get testosterone injections.
Or yeah, they can do an injection or an
I
implant
haven't
now.
researched any of this. I don't
The
know
puberty
how it
blockers are injections or implants. Look at an implant maybe in their thigh or their upper arm. The implant lasts for a year. It costs about $45,000 a year.
works. Is insurance?
Or they get injections once a month. Some
Depends.
insurance policies do.
Okay.
Yeah. Some private
Progressive
insurance
ones,
policies do.
okay.
In Washington State now, a 13-year-old has full control over their health care. They can go get puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, even a double mastectomy using their parents' private insurance. The parent will get the bill for the copay, but the procedure and drugs will be redacted, so they don't even know what they're paying.
Now, do you think there will be a time when they mandate like that insurance providers have to pay for this?
They already did. It's part of Obamacare. They mandated that they
So
pay for
insurance
this stuff.
companies have no choice but to pay for this sort of stuff. My private insurance company.
Yeah,
must
I'm not
pay.
completely familiar with all the different types of insurance plans in the U.S., but a lot of the plans have to cover this stuff. But they won't cover reconstruction. So if a girl gets her breast cut off at 15, they'll pay for that. But then if she wants to get breast implants when she's 22 and she realizes she made a terrible mistake, they won't pay for it.
Now, what is it? Stupid question.
Yeah.
What is it? Chest binder or binder?
Binder.
Binder. What does that do?
It's a tight compression garment that crushes the breast tissue down to make them appear more like boys, so you can't see their chest.
That
And
can
it
do
causes
that?
damage to their ribs.
Really? So it
It makes it harder to breathe. It
It's like wearing
deforms
a
their breast
really
tissue.
tight
Yeah.
something that, and that actually pushes the breast.
Yes. It crushes the breast tissue down. It damages the breast tissue. It can damage their ribs. They wear these things for like 12 hours a day.
Let me
And
ask
they
you.
have boys tucked as well.
How's the volume, folks? Can you
So
hear
they take
Chris?
the penis down and they tuck the testicles.
Is there a lot of background noise? Lots of risks. Yep, it's true.
They take the penis down
Lots of risks.
so that they have a flat appearance. So they're wearing girls' clothes. This is like, and they sell this stuff at children's hospitals, or they tell you where.
Volume is fine. Picture is
to
fuzzy.
tuck your little baby boy penis.
What do you think of this Dylan?
Picture is fuzzy.
You've seen
That might be a bandwidth issue.
the bulge normalize
This
the
picture
bulge
is
and-
clear as
Corporate contracts to sell women's whatever.
Yes. Now, what do you say to people who get that one?
Make sure, Dan, on the browser, on the YouTube browser where you're looking at, you go click the little gear icon and make sure you've got the maximum resolution selected. And if it is and it's still fuzzy, tell me.
Agent mainly affecting girls, the entire friend groups, girl transitions, career for friends transitions. But this does affect everybody, of course.
Because other
We're part of a
kids have-
society.
Other children have
Also,
no
Daniel,
choice
if you could
but to
put
play
a poll
or else they can get in
up
trouble.
in the chat
Yeah.
that says,
7-year-old in
"Did you
school
remember
for
to like the stream?"
transition or whatever.
That would be very helpful, so I don't have to keep reminding people to like the stream. We've got 6 likes. We're doing amazing.
Do it because unless the child can argue with the teacher, I mean that's an unfair position.
Right,
So
they
far,
always
it's been pretty
conflate this
tame.
with bullying, right? They
Right,
teach about
with bullying,
anti-bullying.
right.
Chris is just having his
So all these kids go
conversations,
along with it. They don't.
and Nicole is here.
You think you're winning? You think you're
Met another supporter. We've had some looks, but nobody's really not too much hate right now, which is good.
I was at USC last summer during commencement. They had a separate graduation ceremony for black people, a separate one for Asian people, a separate one for queer folks. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Now, how do you
Good
prove
question.
that?
I think
How
you have
do
to have colored hair.
You have to like submit a picture of yourself kissing a guy. Like how do you prove that?
I don't know. AOC is queer.
Yeah, it's just I mean anyone goes.
Doesn't mean anything.
But if you're in the
no, they'd be calling him.
Nah, that's
He'd
straight.
obviously be against this. He was a Baptist minister. They'd be calling him a Christo-fascist if he were here today.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like, do you consider this a religious thing?
So the left doesn't consider this a religion, but it has all the
No, I'm
hallmarks
talking
of
about.
a
Do you
religion.
consider what you're doing religiously motivated at all, or is this just
No.
biological?
This is just out of love.
Yeah.
This is wrong. We're harming tens of thousands of children. 300,000 kids were diagnosed with gender dysphoria last year.
300,000. I assume that's
in the U.S. Yeah. It's up 3 times from just a couple years before. This is a massive social contagion tearing through this country, harming mostly girls, and it's the most vulnerable kids who end up in these gender clinics getting medically
Mostly
harmed.
girls.
Yeah.
So more female to male transition than there is male to female.
Wait.
What? I thought it would be the
It used
opposite
to
way
be the
around.
opposite.
Really?
When this affected 1 out of 40,000 kids, it was mostly boys. Now it's mostly girls.
Because I feel like the most aggressive people pushing for this, that you have to accept me, are the male to female, because those are the ones that make the news more often because they're beating up girls
Yeah,
in sports.
and on Twitter,
Yeah.
Twitter's not real life.
It's not really okay. So there's actually more of the opposite.
Yes. There's one school back where I'm from, it's a fine arts school, there's 45 girls transitioning. I saw on Twitter just the other day, someone in Montreal going to university, there's 14 trans-identified females, well actual females, in our university class.
Jesus.
It's all female.
Because I'm going to be honest with you,
It's an uptick for boys too, but this is capturing girls.
So I graduated in 2000 from high school, and I used to be a teacher until 2014. When I was a teacher, we did not have a single. See you later. This is a brand new phenomenon. I bet you if I went back to that school now, there would be 50 or 60,
They did a survey of all the Pittsburgh high schools. Pittsburgh. It's not super woke.
No.
10% of the kids said they're transgender. Out of all the high schools. You get high schools where 50% now say they're LGBTQ.
And what's the solution to this? Like, how do you stop this? How do you stop the schools from doing it? Because the schools are institutions that are controlled by these people that are pushing this. How do you change that?
We have to have a long, big awareness campaign. We just have to keep having conversations, keep getting the truth out there. Because we have all the global organizations, national organizations, every civil rights organization, the government pushing queer theory into our schools.
Martin Luther King said that he was not successful in his movement until he changed hearts and minds. Like you can't, he'd been trying to push for equality for years, right? But until it was actually on TV and people saw the horror of black people getting closed down, black people getting bit, and it became a morality issue, and the whole country could see it. That it wasn't until then that people started changing. So I feel like until more awareness of in the same light, until more awareness of what is actually happening with children, all the questions I asked you, I didn't know how. And I feel like if more people really had a conversation I had with you, then we would be disgusted by the shot.
And they are. They are. More than 90% of the population is. It's mainly young women pushing this and young guys who work at Starbucks. That's it.
No, you're not
so
right.
we just got to keep having conversations out in the real world. That's why I do this. This is old school. I'm talking to people one-on-one.
And you've only had a couple. I'm surprised there has not been more conversations here.
Well, people are busy, but
people are busy. Yeah.
but we'll walk around. I mean,
All right.
It'll happen.
Yeah. So we'll come back, guys. We'll do another one later.
Is that on live stream?
That was, yeah.
Nice.
Followers. I didn't know any of it.
What's your channel?
I mean, Turtle Boy Live. Chris
Turtle
is
Boy
coming
Live.
on.
How many people are watching?
Oh, there was about 100 there watching. That's good. Not bad.
Shit!
Yeah,
Let me out of the water.
but the people that are watching me, we don't need to convert them. We already got them.
Yeah.
It's like fun.
Back out front. They're all facing that way. Well, that's good. We just talked to 100 people.
There it is. Exactly. And nice conversation. I learned a lot about how a fake penis is made.
Just a rolled up forearm.
I had no idea. I mean, I'm so disgusted by it. I always don't want to. Like when they show you pictures of divorce stuff. I don't want. I know it's bad. I don't want to see
possible.
it. Yeah.
They do that.
But he just described it in graphic detail, and it was like, oh boy.
And now you can't put pictures of butts either.
Those things are gross. I saw one the other day. The penis started here's my belly button. It started here. It should be down there, right? You know where it is.
Yes.
Yeah, you've had. They had it 3 inches below the belly button.
God, these poor people. They're sold a lie.
Yeah, because they have to pull the urethra through it somehow.
Oh. Like telling me about rods, so it's like metal rods.
They put steel rods in them sometimes after, so they can maneuver it for sex.
That sounds so painful.
Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something.
Oh, look who's here.
Medical people now are trying to implant wounds in men. There's a new video I saw that. It's from Megan Brock. Is that a theory? Yeah. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't either. I wondered right away.
How does that work?
They can transfer, so I don't know if it's
How can that possibly work? So fallopian tube and all that stuff.
It just sounds like Dr. Frankenstein surgery.
I don't see how they can possibly work.
Yeah, I don't either.
How was Jerry's show today?
Is that juicy smell?
Yeah, Jerry's
25 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
that's not him.
Yeah. I think he normally has guys on with a jersey on, right? Is that him?
With the jersey on?
Do they normally wear a jersey?
No.
Oh, okay, that was someone else I did.
Yeah.
Patient died.
Jerry used to be on, actually,
What?
this is this issue. He was on WBA, the top
Who died?
guy for years in Boston. And then 4 years ago, there was a Connecticut tracks thing going on where the top 2 runners in the state were transgender. And they smashed all the girls' records. And they talked about it on their show, because that's what they do, sports and politics. And one man,
dude
named
who
Bob
got a uterus
Murchison,
transplant.
an activist, who's had like an
Oh, yeah,
adult
that's not
transgender
surprising.
or whatever, started relentlessly
Almost a
harassing
century ago.
her
I know there's a new one happening.
hundreds of times.
Watchmen.
Like,
There's a new.
with, out of context
I think it's an
clips.
Indian doctor.
You know,
If you search for uterus transplant India, I believe that's where
And then there's like, do you support
he just got approval to do
The
it.
station lost like over $1 million for this sponsor.
So they're going to try it again. They're probably
And
going to
we
kill
eventually
another
told
guy.
them, like, you guys need to stop talking about it because they wouldn't stop. So they fired Jerry. And now
He got a
starts doing
Google Doodle a
podcasts
little
now.
while ago.
Yeah. I saw on his
Oh.
Twitter bio, he got kicked off the radio for saying we shouldn't change the sex of a 4-year-old.
That's what it was. Yes, that's because that's how they started devolving into that conversation. And the station just told them, even though they were the highest rated station in Boston, like advertisers wanted to be on there because the whole purpose of advertising is going to be seen, right? Why wouldn't you want to be on the highest rated station? But these people like Carapello, it's like they make it seem like there's more of them than there actually are.
Right.
Like they make it seem like there's an army behind us, and
There's
we're all
not.
going to stop. We're going to stop going to Ace Hardware. Well, you weren't building a shit to begin with. Like, who are you kidding?
Adults here today, and the black community especially supports me more than the white community even. Black men, it's like 98, 99% support.
There's a reason Mayor Pete can't win South Carolina.
And then there's
So all these people, if you have any sort of nuanced conversation, would support me. Some of the young, progressive white women are awful. All right, let's go around the front. Nicole, we're gonna go back around front.
Nicole?
Nicole?
We're going to go. Try to get some reactions.
a story we must tell. 5 years ago, I co-founded King Boston with Reverend Liz Walker and with the help of Mayor Marty Walsh. We didn't try to impose a vision what this memorial should be. We went to Boston's Black community and listened. The community told us this has to be more than a memorial. It has to be a catalyst for change and a movement for justice. And that's what Boston's Black community built in Embrace Boston. The work of art we unveiled today is all we hope for and more. The Embrace offers a symbol of love to inspire us. It tells us, let's get people building another community. I'm going to continue to listen and learn from Boston's Black community. Today, I ask Boston's Principal to join me. I want to thank every single person who gave to the heart of this journey. It's one of the most meaningful things I've ever done. And today we're just getting started.
How would it affect the organs of the man? No idea, Watchman. It would probably kill him because pregnancy is not just in the uterus; it's a whole body thing. So the hormones that the woman releases during pregnancy, like the way it affects her neurology, the way it affects her digestion, like all of that happens. You can't just take a uterus and stick it in a dude. It doesn't work that way. I'm gonna stand right next to it, just in case.
Hey, come on over.
Inspires us to act daily. To collectively do the work.
Come over.
Oh yeah. There is no deficit in human resources. Dr. King once said, the deficit.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
The well-off and secure have too often become indifferent and oblivious to the poverty and deprivation that is in their midst. The poor in our countries have been shot of our minds and driven from the mainstream of society because we have allowed them to be invisible. We have allowed them to become invisible. 6 decades after Dr. King said that, we still do. Every day I wake up and I say, God, please give me the clarity of my purpose and the courage necessary to fulfill it. When Paul and Brother Walker gave me that, see that likeness in what is good and possible.
Cook them while they're young, folks.
Because we were so happy because there's so many fans.
How old are you?
Everyone wants to be on TV. Oops. Cook them while they're young, folks. Teacher will pick. Teacher's gonna pick the best one who's gonna repeat the propaganda that we want to hear. NBC is right behind us talking to a bunch of little kids about the event. Yeah. The event. The event.
Oh, the event. Okay.
Yeah, asking them, what it means to them and all this stuff. Getting cute little 5-year-olds on camera. Ridiculous. Cook them while they're young. Cook them while they're young. I want to go get Chris walking around. I heard somebody say his name. Woo! Lucky we got good weather. And pen. Teacher will pay. Yeah, notice teachers are women. Because kids that young drive men insane. Well, we are less biologically conditioned to deal with screaming little ones. I wonder how those teachers feel about your sign.
Probably normal. Most people are normal.
It's true.
But you never know. I guess it's a good field trip. Well, that might be a daycare.
They're 5 years old, so kindergarten, preschool.
Well, this is a nice day.
Yeah, I mean the weather's
People, it's
cooperating.
nice. I get to have normal conversations.
People are chill.
When this finishes up, we'll have lots of conversations.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I think the lady said they're going to open it up once the speakers and stuff are done, so we could actually like go over there and take some pictures. Dude, Weimaraner's like, hi. So beautiful. We love it. America, America. Chris has a good attitude. Please tell him I thank him for all his activities. Thanks for chilling, Watchman. Appreciate you in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like the stream before you go. This guy with the dog is not happy. He keeps walking back and forth, making nasty faces. It's funny. I love the uncertain eye.
I would give anything just to be able to have back the childhood that was stolen from me because I was forced to pretend to be a boy. I would give anything to have that back.
Thank you so much, Latoya.
So I don't think there's any right way to do it.
Already graced this incredible stage.
If we should let kids grow up and they can decide when they're an adult, but try to change the sex of the child.
I mean, you're not
We know historically from academic studies in gender dysphoria that 89% of kids with gender dysphoria see.
Just by buying a little bit of time. You're not forcing the child
that's the sales
to
pitch
change
that
their
they're
gender. You know?
That's the sales pitch. They say that puberty blockers just buy time so that a child can explore their gender identity. But the reality is, statistically with gender clinics, that 98% of the children who start on puberty blockers are getting locked into the medical pathway. They then proceed onto the cross-sex hormones. So this is sterilizing kids. Half of whom are on the autism spectrum. All of these kids have some mental health comorbidity going on. And this isn't the case where it's just 1 out of 40,000 kids anymore.
There are also clinical studies that show that kids who are allowed to live their life as they choose have much better mental health and have much lower suicidality rates and drug addiction rates than kids who are forced to make that decision before they're even 18. I mean, really, when you think about it,
it's true that suicidality is higher among these kids, but it's higher among kids without all sorts of mental health.
The thing is, your message
it's not
is
true that they're killing themselves if they don't transition.
Your message is hypocritical because you're forcing kids to go through puberty that they don't necessarily want to go through. Whereas if you give them a few more years, we're not talking about life-altering surgeries. We're not talking about.
We are.
We're not talking.
We are talking about that.
No.
They're cutting off the breasts of 14-year-old girls here at Children's Hospital.
Well, I mean that's their decision. That is a completely separate thing.
You think a 14-year-old can consent to cutting off their breasts? You think they're mature enough to make that sort of decision?
That's a separate issue. That's a separate issue from puberty blockers.
Okay.
And that is something that if someone were to undergo that kind of surgery, they'd have to go through years of gender therapy. They'd have to meet with their doctors. I mean, it's not something to be taken lightly.
So I can show you a video that Boston.
I want to get back.
I can show you a video that Boston Children's produced where that's not the case. Thank you for the conversation.
I'll talk to you. We go walk back to Celebration, and I'll be right here. Okay? I'll give it to you. That's fair. Okay. You're the only one having.
Thank you for having a conversation.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That was a good one. Well said, Chris. Well said. It was a good back and forth. Now, did I hear her correctly? She's a trans woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Dan missed that in the chat. Daniel said something and he's like, "This woman." And I was like, "Oh, you missed that part." You know, it was very cordial, very civil.
Yeah.
It's good.
Has
Good
some wrong
conversation.
information, doesn't want to hear it, but that's okay. Thinks it takes many years before getting surgery.
Corrected himself.
We'll have to get that up on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know.
You're taking a vertical video though. But that's okay.
I know it won't let me go sideways. I was doing it sideways, and Dan was telling me that it was coming in sideways.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what I have to do. Maybe it's in the setup. I could try. Putzing
I've done that. I've started it and then turned it.
Yeah. Maybe I can give that a try.
Doesn't matter so much.
Tell Chris to retweet the stream. That'll get me more people in here.
Tweet it out?
Yeah, retweet the. I tweeted it on my account. I think. Daniel, where is it? Is it on the DR account or on my account?
That's Michelle.
Posted on the DR page and Daniel's page.
This one?
No, that's the TikTok. I think it's on the DR page, not my page. Unless I put it. You know what? Click that one, and I might have put it as the first reply. Or Daniel has it. Or it's on Daniel's.
Oh, you saw it.
Should be not that one. No. No, it's not there. Oh wait, yeah, that's it. Retweet that one.
Are we live right now?
We are live right now.
Can people rewind?
I don't know if they can rewind while I'm live or if they have to wait until the broadcast completes to rewind. I know with the Premiere you can do that, but I don't think you can do it with the live streams. Yeah, it was a good one. It's a pretty doggo. All these kids are reading the sign.
The kids compliment me on my glasses all the time.
Nice.
Nice glasses, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. I got a free hat too for being here, everybody.
She has court.
They're giving out the little free hats with the little things. So I got a new toque, as they say in Canada. It's a toque, right? Not a
toque. You don't call them toques, do you?
No. I learned that years and years ago when I had some friends up in Canada, and one of the guys knit me a toque. And he was like, "It's a toque." Yeah, I'd never heard it called that. But I guess it makes sense. You might have a specific word for it all the way up there where you're wearing them all the time.
Yeah, I could use one today. Should have put a scarf.
Do you want to? This is the free one that they're giving out.
I'm okay. What is that symbol? Anyway?
It's the symbol. Oh, I smell weed. It's the symbol for the arms. It's the arms, like a heart, but the arms. Yeah, I was reading about the actual sculpture, and it's apparently taken from a picture of Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther embraced, and it's got one of each of their arms. It's supposed to symbolize that she continued his work after his death. The love between the both of them.
That's Cassandra. Cassandra, she's the dog walker.
That was a fine conversation. She didn't want to keep going. She didn't want to keep going. She didn't want to hear it. But
Once the facts started coming out, they always go to the suicidality. It's like the first thing they talk about. It's like
always.
Right.
It's such a fear tactic.
It is, and it's like, so I'm supposed to not tell the truth because you're going to use that against me. They always do that with everything. Oh, you can't be mean to, you can't criticize people. They might kill themselves. Like, it's just a way to suppress free speech. That's all it is.
This chick with the mask. Sorry.
The what?
I'm just getting somebody over your shoulder who's got a full-on like mask on. There's a couple of mask wearers in the crowd here today.
Right.
I think the Boston public schools are putting back on kids.
Like I understand it.
That's crazy.
I try to find a source of agreement with them as it calms them down.
Well, she was nice at least.
Yeah. So he comes at it with suicide, yes, which they always do. I'm not just going to go, no, that's not true, because it's not true. But I'll agree that yes, suicidality is higher, because it is. These kids are struggling.
Because they have a mental health issue.
Yes, it's higher for kids with all sorts of other health issues.
It's higher for all kinds of gay kids.
Yeah. It's higher for kids with anorexia, personality disorders, and autism.
Yep.
But we don't give liposuction to an anorexic girl because she said she's going to kill herself because she's fat.
That woman.
And kids have been going through puberty for 200,000 years without killing themselves.
Yeah, that when she started saying
Just want to hear it.
go through a puberty that they might not want to go through, I was like, honey. Like, everybody has a tough time at puberty.
I know.
Literally everyone. You could be a straight right Christian male and you'll have a hard time at puberty.
I grew up in the 90s. Oh, yeah, that's every song made by a Seattle grunge band was about suicide.
Right.
There's
yeah.
Like Nirvana's music makes you want to kill yourself. Right. That was like the whole point.
Right.
They go from being this innocent little girls, no knowledge of any of this stuff, to now they're getting sexualized. It's hard for a lot of girls. And now with the Instagram era, totally different story. Social media is the worst. All these kids are on social media for hours a day.
It's horrible. Have you seen what the Chinese do compared to the TikTok?
Yeah.
Like the way what their kids can see, they literally make it so they can only watch educational things, and
it shuts off.
Our kids are watching like some stupid dance. It's like they're wasting hours of their life watching stupidity, just killing brain cells. Like, you're not learning anything. When you think about it, like, kids should be learning so much more now because they have encyclopedias at their fingertips. Like, anything they want. Like, YouTube is like, if you, I try to get my son, like, he's 5. He already knows flags of the world. We just use YouTube for, like, games and stuff. Like, you can guess the flag. There's 3 choices for the country. Which country's flag is this? And he's learning all this shit. So you just gotta stay on it. Like, because the second you let them stray, they're gonna get fed through the algorithms Watch this kid open up toys. Watch this kid over here. There's entire industries of parents who just like exploit their kids by just following them around all day. We're gonna play with toys and we're gonna do this, and millions of subscribers, and they get monetized and they sell merch, and it's like a 6-year-old kid can sit to this. That's another form of abuse I could get into.
Yeah, I don't think you should. I think we should have, a children's bill of rights that says your parents can't put their pictures and their videos of them on the internet until they're 18.
Yeah, at least you can't monetize it.
Yeah.
It's like
right? Or make it so you can't monetize it or something.
You can put them on your own Facebook page, here's my family pictures, whatever. These are my kid cute, blah blah blah. But don't go out they're doing it because the parents aren't interesting enough to have an audience themselves.
Right.
The children are themselves, and then all these other kids start watching it. And I'm telling my son, you're just watching another kid live. Right. Why don't you just live?
Yeah.
You have toys too.
You're watching that kid's curated.
Right. It's choreographed. Right. So you're watching them build blocks. You have blocks over there. Why don't you just? But it's a phenomenon. There's millions of kids who just rather watch another kid play with their toys than play with their own freaking toys. It's insane. Yeah. I'm like, I would be bored with that if I was a kid. I'm like, I don't know. It's just they figure out what kids are.
Oh wait, Chris is getting in trouble.
They're giving them the opposite sex hormones. They're even cutting up the breasts of 14-year-old girls and launching from hospital because they want to
Too much. He thinks it's okay.
Too much information for some people.
Exactly.
How are you, man?
Boys be boys and girls be girls. You know that Mangala would get a job at the children's hospital?
Absolutely, he would.
He'd be the leader of their group.
Yeah, his disciples are working there right now.
Yep. Wasn't his nickname the Doctor of Death in Auschwitz?
I guess so, yeah.
He was called the Angel of Death.
Angel of Death.
He experimented on children left and right. He loved to experiment on twins and find out why they became twins.
So I'm going to be at Boston Children's tomorrow at 11 a.m. having a protest there.
I might be there with you.
I appreciate that. I'm Chris.
I'm David.
Last time we had 200 Antifa members there, but we'll have about 50 police to keep us all safe. So if you can come out.
Anybody from MAFA going to be there?
From where?
NAFA.
I don't know what that is.
Massachusetts Association of Freedom of Americans.
Oh, okay. I'm from Canada myself. I travel around.
I know. We at MAFA. What about MFI?
Call them up and get them out.
You probably already know. We're all on Telegram.
No, I'm not on Telegram.
Well, if that goes on Telegram, then everybody will be there.
Let them know, 11 a.m.
Also, MFI, Massachusetts Family Institute.
If you could please let them know, that'd be great.
They have a great lawyer. His name is Andy Beckman. He's the one who won the case where they could fly the Christian flag in City Hall, and Mayor Wu said you couldn't. He won the case in court.
Right.
Now we can fly the Christian flag in City Hall. Mayor Wu was against that.
Mayor Wu called me. She said because I'm doing this that I'm a white supremacist on a tour of terror.
Yeah. I'm one of the people who would go in front of her house and make all kinds of noise at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, they was banned from doing it after a while?
Well, we weren't banned, but they changed the law that if you did it after 7 and before 9, they would give you a fine.
Yeah.
So she changed that law to become a fine, and then she used that law to arrest people, which we also won in court in West Roxbury. She keeps on losing in court left and right. What does that make her? A card-carrying communist.
What did he say?
He's wandering around.
I speak a little Mandarin.
Go for it.
Michelle Wu, Tabu Hao. Michelle Wu, Ni Tai Wu Xila. Michelle Wu, Ta Shir Ta Pian Ran.
Okay, can you go back there? Because nobody can hear what you guys are saying.
Are you a police officer?
No, I'm not. What do you want to do about it?
Michelle Wu, Tabu Hao, Michelle Wu. Michelle Wu, Ni Tai Wu Xila. Michelle Wu, Ta Shir Ta Pian Ran.
All right, we'll keep it down. We'll keep it down.
What I said was Michelle Wu's a bad person. Michelle Wu, shame on you. And Michelle Wu, you're a liar.
Very appropriate.
The truth.
Oh,
She conned me.
Yeah, I bet. They don't like
It's a
it.
day. Hey, Martin Luther King Jr. spoke whenever he wanted to. Martin Luther King is one of my idols. Oh, ruined. Am I hurting your feelings? Oh, poor thing. Excuse me. I'll say whatever I want, whenever I want. It's too bad.
This is funny. No, I'm not. I'm from New York City.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I have a little podcast.
Oh, okay.
And we've come out with Chris before a couple of times, so I generally like to cover him whenever he's over here.
I don't think I follow you.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't know. What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is like Kapopolis.
No, I don't know that. Well, I might have.
I'm on my third account.
Oh.
So it's hard. It's a small. I only have like 1,300 followers on Twitter.
Oh, all right.
Our podcast is small too. Yeah, we got about like 1,100, 1,200 subs on YouTube. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom soon, so I might have to take a little streaming break. Just FYI.
And it was one that changed the world. I never met my grandparents in person because they died before I was born. And yet, I feel that I know them well. I have heard stories about them since I was a baby. I am studied their writing.
Yeah. Looks at sign, gets nod. Standard.
Absolutely. I didn't miss it for a while. You got a nice day for it.
Let's see if I can get some reactions as people walk by. We ruined the moment, guys. Hear that, everybody? We are all their grandchildren. Not technically accurate, but that's okay. I like the sentiments. Take off the mask, bro. Jeez. She's happy.
Raise awareness about child abuse, trying to change child sex. We got all these girls today wanting boys. Boys wanting girls too. And they're having to be blocked. They're getting the opposite sex hormones and they're doing surgeries on kids. Come off the breast girls. Boston Children's Hospital when it's 14 years old. So, yeah, of course. Let me come down to your level a little more here. Can I record this? Alright, let me get my info.
Boston schools are Beverly. Oh, Beverly. North Shore. Beverly High or?
No, the middle school.
Oh, the middle school.
Alright.
Well, she's now in the high school. Yeah. Well, my daughter was in Brently Middle School. When I went to go look at the school, because when I went to go look at the school, they had signs, LGBTQ. And that's when she was going into the 6th grade. I didn't like it. I spoke to the school about it, like every year, because they had an after-school program, like LGBTQ. And I'm like, why are you guys doing this? Why don't you just have the kids that's affected by that, or, you know, that have any kind of mental issues on that, to go speak to a counselor, instead of having a whole school, an after-school program, right? So I told them that they're going to make a whole generation of children be more mentally dysfunctional as they are going through puberty, right? So that was, I wish I can't even say what year it was, but she's a junior now, so she was in the 6th grade. 4 years later, I give my neighbor a ride. My neighbor's daughter a ride. She said all the girls in middle school are bisexual. She's talking about that. All of them. What percentage? My daughter did. It was some crazy number. And I didn't even bring up the conversation. I was just giving her a ride, and the girl said to me, all the girls are lesbian. They're all bisexual. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And now she was talking about the middle school. She was in the 8th grade. So that was like 2 years ago.
Stick to the reason now. I just go to events, I have conversations. So I'll be at Boston Children's tomorrow. I was in town for a protest at Boston Children's.
Why does it bother you? All the photos.
Oh, I'm sorry, me?
Yeah.
What, saying? Yeah. You have a son or a daughter?
I have 2 girls.
You have 2 girls, okay. Hypothetically, let's say all of them.
They are almost 11 and 13.
Okay, God bless. You guys are getting something into let's say your kids go up to 11 or 13. They're transgender, and they would like to start as soon as possible with hormone blockers. And you and your uncle, you say no. Do you know the rates of suicide among preteens and teens who identify as transgender and they commit suicide because their parents will not let them live?
I do. This is the number one thing I hear every time I have this conversation.
I'm just wondering.
And it's true that suicidality is higher among these kids. It's even higher among kids with autism, anorexia, kids with borderline personality disorder. It's not true that there's an epidemic of actual suicides. But we do need to help these children. But with an anorexic girl who thinks she's overweight, who's threatening to kill herself, we don't agree and give her liposuction. We help her with her mental health struggles. To stop the development of a child, a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old, 12, to sterilize a child, to cut off the breasts of a young girl, is completely and utterly insane. And we have all these girls now, because it is a lot of girls.
Children are children, they're
in
not
their late teens and early
adults.
20s with deep regrets, and they have medical complications for the rest of their life.
Can I say something? Children are children, they're not adults. And I have 6 children.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, what they're thinking about at 13, they're not thinking about at 17. They're not thinking about at 24. Exactly. So we need to let them grow up.
No,
That's what we need to do.
I get it. I mean,
children be children.
I'm 18. I don't think the same things that I thought when I was 11, 12, 13. I get it. I just want to know.
Most teenagers are depressed, you know that, right?
I have depression. I'm on Prozac. So
okay, so
I do know.
It's not just about sex.
Yeah. I just want to know if your daughter, if your daughter's an autistic, your kid's an autistic, and you didn't agree to put them on hormone blockers, to at least in some sense accept their
That's the equal to birth
So,
control,
no.
right? Like if you don't want to pick
So here's the question: what does it mean to be transgender?
So transgender actually, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not too well researched myself. But it is in fact a medical condition where the brain you are born with these boys and girls do biologically actually have different proteins. And it's scientifically proven that transgender people, for the most part, have different brains than their assigned sex at birth, right? Abnormalities happen at birth all the time.
So that is a myth, I'm afraid. But I don't want to argue.
Is that
with you
considered
today, but
mental
that's a
illness?
myth.
It's not considered mental illness, it's a biological issue that happens with chromosomes at birth.
So I think it's the big power of choice that the children are given today. Because I have 2 different wishes of children? Okay, I think it's the difference is the power of choice. And if I could do everything I wanted to do when I was a kid, I wouldn't be who I am. Like, we cannot allow the kids to make a choice before they're 18 or 21. You just can't. We need to let them grow up. They can want to be what they want to be, but to give them something like blockers, that's just too soft. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair.
About half the kids that are transitioning today are on the autism spectrum. Every single one of these kids have some other underlying mental health comorbidity that isn't being treated. The standard today is to practice what's called gender-affirming care or affirmation only, where on the very first appointment, they're simply affirmed as being the opposite sex and they're given puberty blockers or cross-sex hormones.
Well, first of all, I don't know anyone who is transgender that was immediately given puberty blockers. I know a lot of transgender people. I don't know any that were immediately given hormone blockers, and most of them are around my age. They've been out for a few years now. How old are you? I'm 18.
Wasn't it just recently that the medical community changed the definition of what a child when they think that they're the opposite sex?
Yeah.
What was it called before the doctors
used to be called
changed it?
gender identity disorder.
Now it's called
2013. It's called gender dysphoria.
Dysphoria.
But
So
I have a question that I still want to get answered. What does it mean to be a transgender child? So you think it's a biological thing?
Yes.
So I've got these videos from the Boston Children's Hospital, #1 ranked children's hospital in the country. I can show them to you in a second. The doctor's saying, sure.
Blog about the biggest asshole.
Sure. Oh, that's great.
you just interrupted you when you were making a good moment. Don't play up to that.
Oh my God.
Don't play up to that.
No, it's fine.
He's just trying to interrupt the moment.
At the Boston Children's Hospital,
That makes him go away when
It's fine. They don't realize they actually help. Because he's going to take that.
She was trying to make
He's
a
going to
good point.
post that picture on the internet and he's going to bitch about it and he's going to spread the message even farther.
Well, you got
it's like the Barbara Streisand effect. It's lovely.
He's from Canada?
Steve, it's not relevant to Martin Luther King's unveiling. It's a public event. We're in a public space. Billboard Chris. Billboard Chris.
Billboard?
Billboard. Yeah, because he goes around wearing billboards.
That's his handle.
Yeah. Chris Elston is his name.
And he's from Canada?
He's from Vancouver, yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. Damn, Vancouver.
Yeah, so he goes around Canada and North America, and this is what he does. He has these conversations with people, calm, rational conversations.
Are you with him?
Yeah.
Cool. What's your name?
Brently.
David Brently.
David, nice to meet you.
Same here, buddy.
Yeah, I have a little podcast.
How do you guys afford to travel the country?
Well, he does.
Thank you.
I know he gets donations. I'm self-funded, so.
Oh yeah, Epstein. Oh,
we talk about Jeffrey.
He is. I mean, obviously he was killed in prison because he knows so much.
Yeah.
There were so many politicians and big wigs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even the Prince of England.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so bad.
Let me get some. I want to get some more of this shit.
Find out what gender is.
I'm just saying, if you want to talk to someone who studies this for a living, I mean, I don't know much myself.
I've had this conversation more than 10,000 times. I'm still trying to figure out what
That's because
gender
you're
is.
walking around MLK with a sign around your neck.
Oh, I go around North America. I'm from Canada. I've been doing this for 2 years and 4 months, having conversations on the street about.
But why? What do you get from it?
Because this is the greatest child abuse scandal in modern history.
I really wouldn't agree.
Do you think it's okay to cut off the breasts of 14-year-old
No, I
girls?
don't think it's the biggest child abuse scandal.
You don't think cutting
You're gonna tell me that human trafficking is not the bigger child scandal, that child marriage around the world is not a bigger child scandal?
Oh, they both are. But
Sex abuse, emotional abuse,
I'm talking
verbal
about medical
physical abuse. You're gonna tell me those aren't all bigger epidemics?
Well, you're playing whataboutism right now. I'm talking about medical abuse. We shouldn't be trying to change the sex of a child. There's no right way to be a boy or girl. If the girl's more masculine, if the boy's more feminine, beautiful.
By
Just let them grow up.
by that same definition, we shouldn't be circumcising children.
I agree with that.
Yeah, sure, we should be. But again, hold on, we're not going to go on to other issues. We're going to stay on one issue here today. So, historically, if you look at the studies into gender dysphoria, going back decades, every single study points to the same thing, that 80 to 90% of the time, kids with severe gender dysphoria from a young age saw it desist. They simply grew out of it. And the majority of them grew up to be gay. Today, we're taking these little boys that would grow up to be gay, like my beautiful friend Brently here, and we're telling them that just because they're more effeminate, that means they're transgender. And they're getting puberty blockers. Their penis stops growing. They get up to adulthood and they have a micro penis for life. Then they want to make a neo-vagina out of it, but there's not enough tissue. So they cut out some of their colon or some of their stomach to form the interior of this neo-vagina. And they have medical complications for the rest of their life. They have to dilate for the rest of their life. And they have to go on estrogen for the rest of their life. We're turning children into lifelong pharmaceutical patients, and we're calling this love and kindness. Instead of just letting them grow up to be the beautiful gay people that they would be.
Okay. Unfortunately, I do have a plastic I know. I'm just finishing up. I'm just saying you're talking about a very small population, and I think maybe if you just did a little more research, you'd be a little more well informed. Unfortunately, I think you have to go.
Thank you for the conversation.
Get a lot.
Bye, y'all.
Learn how to walk. You almost did it. Almost did it. She's all there at the end.
Good conversations. Good conversations. Bravo, Chris. Well done.
I love how they want to change it. And then when someone comes along and says, "Don't waste your time," and she goes, "I know," which means she's basically saying she's doing it on purpose. And then she walks away and gives you guys the finger. I mean, how disingenuous can you get?
Thanks, Valerie. Appreciate you. Yeah, Steve, it's not relevant to the MLK unveiling. It's just a public event, and we were coming up to go to Boston Children's, and the police asked us to reschedule for a day because they were going to be here, and they couldn't afford to spare the manpower. Because Chris tends to inspire a lot of Antifas showing up. So he said, why don't we go to the Commons and walk around and talk to people and have conversations, because there's going to be people here. So we're here having conversations, shooting video. You know, you can argue that it's disrespectful or whatever, but frankly, I think that's a bunch of BS. You know, we're in public, you know, the public is here. Nobody's forced to, you know, come and talk to us. You know, we're not interrupting the event. We're just having quiet conversations. Relevance. That's the second time I've heard we were walking up on the Commons before I got streaming going, and somebody was like, relevance. I'm like, honey, what's the relevance of your relevant comment? Like, where does it say that every time you go out in public to live stream or talk to people, it must be relevant to the particular context of whatever's happening at that particular location? Like, it's a complete BS argument. So I'll probably ignore further questions about relevance, or I'll laugh, because that's really all these people have. Is it relevant? Is it relevant? Yeah, the statue is interesting. It's supposed to be, it was taken from a photograph of an embrace of Loretta Scott King and Martin Luther Jr. And actually there's we can go get a picture of it, because they have it all blocked off. You can't go in there until they're done the event. So we can't actually go see the sculpture. But this is a picture of it.
Councilor Bruce C. Bowling Sr. Senator Royal L. Bowling.
Ooh, smells like marijuana.
Representative Royal
But yeah, you can see it's got
Jr.,
both of their hands, I believe.
James P. Breeden, Senator Edward Brooke.
I'm not sure who's who, but it's got both of them. It's got Loretta Scott and Martin Luther King Jr.'s arms.
And Carter.
And it's big too. Apparently you can like walk under it, so you can see that dude next to it for scale.
Robert and Cord.
So once the event's over, maybe we'll go over and I'll walk inside and get some footage of it, some proper footage. Because as I said, it's a ticketed event right now. All these people, a lot of people that came were PO'd that it was a ticketed event because they never said it was a ticketed event. So a lot of people came to, you know, experience, and they were turned away because they didn't have a ticket.
No black people.
He's giving us a thumbs up the whole time. It's like,
Hey, Regenerator, thank you. I'm sure you would know what Dr. King would have wanted, Valerie. Well, you know, first of all, Dr. King was a conservative when it came to sex and sexuality. He wasn't a big LGBTQ activist and advocate, in case you were unawares of that. So he probably would not be in favor of the gender-related mutilation of minors or putting them on puberty blockers or any of that kind of nonsense. So you're wrong, sweetie. I mean, go read some Martin Luther King Jr. You know, he was a priest. He was a Catholic or Christian Protestant priest, or reverend, rather. So this is not somebody who would have been endorsing the gender transitions of minors. Woo!
Is that popular?
There's got some chatters now.
Yeah.
I got one hater.
Oh yeah.
Nice job spreading hate at a peaceful gathering. We're spreading hate, guys. This is hate. Wow.
It's getting cold. We're not moving. Where'd Nicole go?
I don't know. I messaged her.
She's got that pink jacket. She should be easy to spot.
They put the flyers in the library.
She thinks we're funny.
She's such an activist now. Full screen fire.
Yeah. She's finally back on Twitter.
Yeah.
A lot of people are back. It's great. It's got fun.
He's more than welcome to come to America and engage people here.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So those will be very popular on Twitter. Those will get seen like 30,000 times.
And it was, you were getting like they would look, they came over and once you do that, you show them together. But then this guy.
Bingo. Thanks, Dan. Manning the chat.
Is that a hot dog place over there? What is that? Let's walk over there.
Let's go. Sorry, guys. Hey.
See my Twitter today at all? So James, I retweeted James Lindsay. Hey, the media wrote this piece about my thing yesterday in DC.
Yes, it's very nice in Boston today. I was expecting rain, which is why I'm wearing my rain jacket. Sorry, I got my phone plugged in here. I'm tired of this. We'll split out. Hopefully there's enough battery to last for a while. The cord was irritating my ability to rotate.
I've been on her podcast before. Oh, you have? I ran out the door, yeah, she was getting her car. She looked up. Billboard Chris. Oh, hi! She didn't recognize you were at the Billboard. You give me a hug. Because Kevin the person is going to talk to girl. You got a text out there. Okay. They don't get But anyway, I said I'm going to be outside tomorrow. And Lindsay and Chloe Cole was there. Alex Stein was there. He happened to be in DC. Mom's Liberty.
You were on Dreamcast. You're going on there 2 weeks.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So anyway, you know,
it's cute little.
We get this fake media piece that
Is that live, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I don't think they can hear you.
Okay, good.
We're at the sandwich place now. Is there a restroom somewhere?
Where did I go? I went in the Starbucks.
Oh yeah, there's the Starbucks.
How come?
And I don't need to get into it.
Okay. You guys want a coffee or anything?
I'm good, thank you though. Appreciate it.
I is fine. I really want to put this.
You from New York? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. What borough?
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Yeah, I'm in Hell's Kitchen.
What street is that?
It's like the Midtown West.
Like the 50s.
So it's like 42nd to 59th on the west side. Yeah, well, it was.
Yeah. Oh, it isn't anymore.
I mean, not
so
so much.
My sister was a nurse at Mount Sinai until about a year ago. She left.
Okay.
When does the park end? 110?
No, thank you.
Yeah, she was like 88 on the east side, I think. Yeah, for east.
Okay.
Come near Key and Current.
This is the Earl of Sandwich. Yeah, we're sandwiching now. Alright, maybe now would be a good time for me to take a break and run to the bathroom.
Never go along with the whataboutisms, right?
No.
Try to change the
Yeah, they try to change the subject.
Well, what did you say? What was the what
Well,
about?
there's other child abuse. There's this going on. There's that
Oh,
going
yeah,
on. There's
yeah.
circumcision going on.
It's like we're not ranking them. Yeah, we're not. This isn't a competition.
I'm not here to talk about all these.
Yeah.
People say to me, well, why don't you talk about this? Why aren't you talking about that? Well, I say, why don't I talk about a million things that are wrong in the world?
Yeah. With the circumcision thing, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sometimes people need to get it later done.
No offense. Women shouldn't
not
have
the
an
same
opinion on it. Like, it's like, I hate to say, it's like, unless you have one, I don't really want to hear your opinion on it.
I've heard mothers who were very against it.
I know, they're the ones that are like most about it. It's like, I'll tell you one thing. So I'm one of the smaller percent, right, that didn't get it. I'm the British style.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Well, no, not lucky me. It's horrible.
Oh, not
like,
lucky you.
Dude, you don't understand. Like in the winter, like it sucks. Like you're constantly adjusting yourself and shit. You're like, fucking Christ. You feel like you can't breathe. I'm like, I wish I did, but I'm not doing it now.
Right.
Like, now it's painful. It looks horrible. So I'm like, I have a son. I'm like, absolutely, he's getting it. I'm not cursing him with this. I'm not cursing him.
I guess everybody has a different experience
Yeah,
with it.
But I know some people that did get the chop, and they're basically saying, like, I wish I didn't. It's like,
Then you're kind of like the other way
everybody
around.
wishes they were the other person. I don't
Yeah,
know. Like, everybody wishes-
grass is always greener.
What's up? I got two, a boy and a girl.
How old?
7 and 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so fun age, yeah. Yeah, very innocent.
Best time of your life.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really enjoying it. You wish they could just not grow up because they don't know about any of this stuff, and I don't want them to ever know. You know? What is that?
You're their dad, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, they'll go to school. Like, do your kids ever get crap because of who you are?
No, never.
Never?
I don't think kids know.
Even at their age, like 14? That's interesting.
He keeps his family to really incognito. Like nobody knows who they are.
But like,
in fact, the people that his detractors have pointed, some people will say that he doesn't even have a wife and kids, that he's just making it up. Like, I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. He's got
Now,
kids.
like, do you go to your kids' soccer games, like community events? Are you
Crazy.
like you said, your kids' teachers know who you are, right? Like, so.
Yeah, the school district reached out to me to meet with me, and the superintendent knows all about me.
Okay.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
Most agree with me secretly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Honestly, it's always just a low percentage of the population pushing this stuff.
But like I said, I wish I could not explain all this. I wish I could never explain. But race, like, you know, you tell them who Martin Luther King is. You're like,
my kids don't think about race.
you have to get, and I'm like, you have to explain to them. I'm like, well, there's people that are like really mean to other people because of the color. It's
Should we
it's hard
like
for them to
sit down for a
understand. They don't
second?
get it.
I know. They never even think about
Kind
it.
of feel like
It would
sitting.
never occur to
My kids, I'm in a super multiple
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah.
They don't think about it at all.
You have to be taught, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they make it an issue.
Oh, I'm gonna put this down.
You know, how did they bring it up with kids in the beginning?
Well,
at what age? Or do they
depends
just,
on the
is it
teacher
just
you
those
get.
books?
Yeah,
It depends on the teacher.
It's a curriculum? Or?
No, the curriculum is just like a broad goal, but the teachers all teach their own stuff. They Google. They all have their autonomy and they can teach kind of however they want. They don't have like set textbooks for teaching. Yeah.
I feel like it's
Most
all
teachers don't teach gender at all, but some will teach it all the time.
I have like no issues with my kids' teachers. You hear about these horror stories in the public schools.
I haven't had many either.
Yeah, it's like.
But
it's
there
like-
are some bad ones.
Again, Twitter is not real life. Like the things you're seeing on Libs of TikTok, like those are anecdotes. Like those aren't happening in every class. Like the chances of that happening in your kids' classroom, you should be on guard for it. But I feel like it's not as commonplace as you would think if you just lived on Twitter.
Right.
But it's too commonplace because they're doing how many surgeries a year? Over 1,000.
Well,
breast removal.
no, they're not doing that many. But
in the country, or
yeah, in the country for sure.
But out of millions and millions of
Yeah.
kids, like
Yeah,
what
but
percent?
The bigger,
still,
I mean, there's
too
surgeries
many.
on minors, but I'd say there's tens of thousands of kids who have had puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones at this point. And there's wait lists at all these gender clinics. There's 300 places now to get this stuff.
Have you
Where
ever
there
met
used
Matt
to be
Walsh,
one. Boston Children's was the first. Yeah, I met him a couple months ago
Okay.
in Tennessee.
Oh, you were at that rally in Nashville?
No, I was at a screening of his film.
Oh, okay.
I spoke 1 week at this Moms for Liberty chapter meeting, and then a week later I was still in town. He was doing a screening, so I met him there.
Yeah, first time I ever found out about you was when you were in Tucker. I'm like, oh, I gotta follow this guy.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a crazy week.
Yeah.
Back in
What
August.
happened that we did got you on Tucker?
Well, they had actually contacted me to come on before the big news hit, and the big news was all these videos from Boston Children's.
That was
So it was during that when I went on, but they'd already reached out to me before that.
Do you mind hanging out here for like 5 minutes? I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Sure.
Be right back.
How do you know him?
I went to New York Pride.
Is
in
he
June.
gay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to New York Pride and he came out with some other guys to support me.
Okay.
Alex Stein came out, Carrie Smith.
Oh, really? Oh, Carrie Smith, the
There was
one,
like 7 of us.
the one that you know that woman, Carlin Borisenko?
Yeah.
The lunatic. She's obsessed with Carrie Smith.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but she's a legitimate lunatic. That woman.
She wrote the other day on Twitter that Carlin wrote that she supports what I do. She thinks I've done good work. But she's calling it right now, I'm controlled opposition.
She's so insane.
Carlin Borisenko said it?
Yeah.
Isn't her usual thing to say that you stole her idea?
Yeah, she's,
I've seen her
she's
do
just
that.
a
She
narcissist.
often
She's the
says,
textbook
"Wait a minute, why
definition of a
are we doing this?
narcissist.
I
That
came
one.
up with that
You know,
idea."
yeah.
But she's got some good. She's
on the
good
right
at
side,
explaining
but
something,
it's just
but
all
then
about
she goes
her.
really kind of
Yeah.
off.
And she gets stuck in these personal things. Like her obsession with Carrie Smith is insane. Like how much she talks about this woman. Like it's not normal.
And Carrie Smith is involved in.
Carrie Smith's a woman in Texas. I've hung out with her. She's come out on the street with me. She's awesome. She's just beautiful and lovely young
But
woman.
what does she do?
She has a podcast. It used to be called Unsafe Space.
Oh.
She's doing her own one now. It's called Deprogrammed, I think. If you look it up, I've done a few.
Well, some of those Twitter, like the Carolyn Borisenko thing, is not. I've followed her on. She's one of the first people I followed on Twitter to deal with the CRT. She's very good at explaining, but then all of a sudden, there's these side things she has, and I haven't been able to follow them. And the Carrie Smith thing, that's how I know
Somehow.
Carrie Smith is because it's constantly coming up from her.
Smith,
So.
Yeah, I had Carrie Smith reach out when I wrote about her. I had Carrie Smith. I'd never heard of her before. She reached out to me. And she's like, "Please leave me out of it." She's like, please,
really?
like, I can't deal with this woman. Like, she's insane. I don't talk about her at all, and she just never stops.
Yeah.
This is a long event.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're talking about, but everybody has to have their say. Feel good about themselves. They deeply want to make it seem like if Martin Luther King was alive today, he would be on their side.
On the CRT side? Is that what they're talking about?
That's what they would, I'm sure.
There's not a chance.
Well, you know what? But John Lewis was on Martin Luther King's side, and he was.
Yeah.
Because John Lewis changed. That's the thing. It's like he's not the same person when he died that he was when he was 25, getting the shit kicked out of him on the front lines at Selma and everywhere. Like he was a legitimate American hero. But along the way, just being himself. You know, once you get to Washington and you get a little taste of power, you become a sellout. I mean, he's a preacher. How can they're all pro-choice? They're all like, how can you be like Martin Luther King was pro-life? Like how can you say that you're a pastor and then just completely go against church teachings on that issue? Yeah. It makes no sense.
Well, there's churches embracing this transgender business now.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, some of them.
Not the Catholic Church. Yeah.
No, but you get Catholic schools, even where I'm from, that are go along with this stuff.
We're in the coalition.
Everyone's afraid to take a stand.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm shocked that some of my detractors that were showing. The Rod Webbers of the world, like all these people.
Yeah, hopefully they come tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's cold.
And didn't they determine that those bomb threats weren't even real?
Well, they're all hoaxes.
They're all hoaxes, right? Yeah.
But there's been about 6, I think, at this point. I get an email every time because I have a friend inside the hospital.
Oh, really? Oh, your
Who
source.
sends me all this stuff. And sometimes they clear the hospital after the threat in like 8 minutes. I don't know how they do that. Maybe they just go to the common area or whatever. But they've arrested a couple people. One for that hospital, one for Fenway Health. Someone from Texas got arrested, and a person from Canada got arrested.
Really?
For a threat, yeah.
Now, did they threaten over this stuff that you're protesting?
Yeah.
And so that's what
this reaches millions of people.
Yeah.
You're going to reach some nutty people, right?
And
but it's not our fault
it's not
for
your
exposing
fault.
it.
As long as you're not,
it's their fault for doing it.
As long as you're not explicitly saying do this.
I just
They'll
tell
say
the
it's
truth.
a dog whistle. It's a dog whistle. Like
I don't exaggerate anything. I just tell the plain truth. Because you don't need to exaggerate anything. Truth is already stranger than fiction.
It's stochastic terrorism, if they're going to call it that. Works both ways. Like I get threats all the time. Do you get threats?
All the time.
Yeah. So is that not stochastic terrorism on?
I've been assaulted more than 20 times.
Yeah. Is that not stochastic terrorism on their fault because they're talking about you, and it's leading to threats, right?
Yeah.
It works both ways. It's just an end around with the first. It's just an end around with free speech. That's all it is. They're just trying to look for ways to censor free speech. That's all it comes down to.
They're harming tens of thousands of kids. Yeah, people are going to get upset.
You have a right to.
So, and there's crazy people out there. The solution is to stop harming kids.
That would work, yeah.
There you go. All done. That trans woman that came up to me today, they think like puberty is a medical condition. It's so weird. You can just stop puberty for a few years. What's the big deal?
No,
do you hear yourselves? Like, just stop a few years of development. You don't get those years back. There's no time machine. Those years of development are gone.
And so if a girl takes puberty blockers, like does it stop the growth of your bones? Because your bones grow bigger as boys, right?
Bone demineralization is one of the side effects. So a young girl, I talked to a mom in California about a year ago. They did bone scans each year from the age of 12 to 15 when she was on them. She lost 11% of her bone density when they should be getting stronger. A girl in Sweden, there's a documentary called The Trans Train. It has English subtitles. It's 4 episodes. This girl has osteopenia. She had spinal fractures. She's in chronic pain because of puberty blockers for 3 years.
So
we don't know what the impacts on their brain development are because this has never been done before. It impacts other organs. You're sending teenage girls into menopause.
Menopause?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw a video of a girl yesterday saying she's experiencing sexual dysfunction at 8. I think she said.
Yeah,
she
that was Chloe Cole.
Jordan Peterson, and I think she said she was 18 or 20.
Right.
And
She's
I wasn't.
18 now.
I had to think about what is sexual dysfunction for a woman, and that was the only thing I could come up with.
Right. And 4 or 5 years on testosterone. Around that time, they will get their uterus removed because it causes vaginal and uterine atrophy. So now, that's menopause right there for sure. Even without puberty blockers as a youngster, if they go on just going on testosterone, even if they start at 18, they're going to be going through menopause in their 20s. And there's tons of side effects with that. Early onset dementia, osteoporosis. There's 50 other side effects. It's crazy. And sometimes they cut out their ovaries too.
Wait a minute. So you're talking about the female to male people are going through menopause?
Yeah, because they'll cut out their ovaries sometimes. So now they can't produce estrogen for the rest of their life.
So men could go through menopause?
No.
That's what they're saying. That's what they would say, right? Like, that's a man.
Well, they
going through menopause. That would be what they would call it.
So what kind of a hospital study is this where they're checking the bone density they're using that child to experiment with the child's consent, or what is that type of a study? You understand where they say, well, this could potentially be harmful, and they start recording, yeah, it's harmful, it's harmful.
Yeah, they don't.
Do it over
they
3
haven't
or
even
4
done
years.
a proper study.
They just keep saying it's harmful, it's getting harmful, it's more and more harmful.
Right.
What is that kind of study? It's just curiosity to see what they're just taking someone's life,
yeah,
and experimenting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Marcy Bowers, the president.
That's got to be unethical. They're
Oh.
harming.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't be able to do that kind of study. So
Yeah.
right?
They shouldn't be able to. I mean, it's hard to do a proper
they have to do a
randomized,
study.
controlled, double-blind study on this because it's unethical to.
But they're still doing something unethical.
It's
when
totally
they-
unethical.
when they study this.
And they haven't had any long-term. These aren't even studies because studies
They're just
involve
reporting.
follow-up. If a child goes into a gender clinic, gets testosterone, gets the prescription filled, gets it filled again and again, and then stops, well, they're not following up to see if they're still transitioning or not.
Right.
They've
But
lost the
along this-
follow-up.
But if they were checking bone density at intervals,
Right.
they were obviously following for a reason.
Yeah, this was the mom specifically.
Oh, she
was
asked.
doing that with her daughter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this wasn't part of a study.
Okay. The doctor wasn't involved.
There have been some smaller studies that have been done, but there's never been any proper long-term studies into this. We have Marcy Bowers, who's a man, now identifying as a woman, who's the president of WPATH, which is the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, on a Zoom call at Duke University, admitting that none of the boys that started on puberty blockers at Tanner stage 2, which is the beginning of puberty, as adults, none of them have been able to have an orgasm. Zero, literally zero.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What 12-year-old boy can possibly consent to that? They don't even understand the concept.
No. See, that's what I come up with all the time. Don't do anything until you've used. Don't remove something until you've used it. Make sure you don't. Make sure you.
Well,
and they don't know.
And they're all struggling with mental health issues.
Yes.
Every one of these kids.
Do they come with? Do they begin with mental health issues, or are some of the mental health issues created or exacerbated?
They're already there.
They're already
They
there.
think they're a different gender. That is a mental health.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? Like, that in
But
and
so
of
many
itself.
more people
Abuse
think
is
that
super
now
common.
than they
Sexual
used to.
abuse is common. Autism. Half these kids today have autism. At the Tavistock, which is the gender clinic in England, where we have good statistics because all the kids went to one place.
It's also erasing homosexuality too.
Yes.
The other thing, it's like there's a lot of these, like you said, that are just gay. Like
They're trying to get rid of
so many of these, especially with lesbians. Like the old-fashioned butch lesbian is erased. They're boys now. Like it's like they're just like whatever happened to just being a lesbian. Like what was wrong with that? Like what was wrong?
Yeah.
And people were just starting to say that.
Which are
just say, well, what's wrong with it? Just
right.
Well, in the 50s, they would have said there is a problem with it. We were just starting to think, oh, there is nothing wrong with being a butch lesbian.
Do you think there's
and then they start getting rid of
any
them.
way that because the homosexuality thing is over. Like that's going to be accepted forever as fine. Like that's normal. Do you think transgenderism
So I think transgenderism
will be as widely accepted?
It'll fizzle, but it's never going to end completely. But we can stop this child medical abuse completely.
Child aspect.
We can stop that. But this is like a big cult. They don't just disappear. They fizzle.
Yeah. How do you feel about the adult aspect of it? Just your body, your choice?
I mean, yeah, but still, there has to be proper medical safeguards in place. Our brains are forming until we're 25. 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds still do really stupid things. You should just transition them as soon as they come into your office.
You have to be 25 to rent a
You
car.
should still be treating other
Yeah.
comorbidities first. You don't cut off the limb of someone just because they want their limb cut off.
Yeah, just because it makes them happy.
Yeah.
Just so they won't kill themselves. It's almost like they're holding you hostage with that.
All right, let's go for stroll.
Or we can stroll.
Business time.
Everybody's riveted by this speaker, I suppose.
I'll just toss the cigarette out. Ooh, hi.
Is that rolling the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had it pointed at you. If I stop it, YouTube will cut it up into multiple videos. So I just want to have one.
YouTube channel?
What? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's just dangerous rhetoric.
Oh, it's about dangerous. So,
Yeah, we were getting accused of that a lot during the lockdown season
Yeah.
because we were speaking out against it.
uh-huh.
And they were like, that's dangerous rhetoric. That's dangerous rhetoric. So my boyfriend at the time and I were like, well, we're going to trademark that and make that our show.
How many subscribers do you have?
Like right now, like 1,150. We started.
Monetized?
We are eligible. We just came off of our second strike because we did some COVID misinformation according to YouTube. And we also, we had Eric Abinante on who has done a documentary, which the name of the documentary I can't really say because it has two little words. Here, I'll tell you. So you can't say that on YouTube.
No, you can't say that.
Oh, we still have the second strike. It comes off next week. Okay, so we're not quite eligible for monetization yet.
We got demonetized about a year and a half ago. We had the wrong opinions about called the climax, because you can't say that word either. The max, rhymes with max. Called the climax mandate.
Yeah.
It was back when Biden did that speech about how his patience was wearing thin. I lost it on the street.
Yeah.
And then we're done. We can't make any money off it.
And now we thank you because we are still in the civil rights movement.
Oh, it's Ayanna Pressley. Look at that.
And so I thank my colleagues, my partners in government for their stewardship. And again, we thank the incredibly talented artists, Hank, Willis, Thomas. We know that the ancestors were stewarding your hands and this vision and all those involved in ushering in a new Boston tradition, the historic unveiling of the Billboard.
Yeah, Daniel, that's Ayanna Pressley. She's like a squad member.
Recorded them before they deleted them. Deleted them all for social media.
I didn't see that, but
I have a protest at Dolphin Children's tomorrow.
Wow, God bless you.
Yeah, they know seemingly from the womb that they're transgender. So,
I know it's a pretty pitiful status. The devils are good to see, but I believe it's from the pit of hell. God made male and female of two sexes. He's confused so many people. The spiritual stuff behind that to confuse these kids. There's an indoctrination kind of confusion.
it's like a religion. It's a cult. Basically teaching them that they have a gendered soul, that their body's just a shell, but they have this inside gender identity that might be different than their biological self.
You know, the sad thing is, a lot of them go ahead.
Those
and
gays are not
their
happy.
bodies like they're pushing.
Yeah.
And then they fall into a deep depression because it doesn't fill the hole that's inside. And they become more and more empty, and there's such a high suicide rate. That's right. Very high suicide.
You got it.
Huh? Yeah. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless your efforts at Children's Hospital tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be there.
You can switch it off.
Awesome. Thank
Children's
you.
Hospital tomorrow, 11 a.m.
God bless you guys.
There'll be 50 police there to protect us.
Yeah. Yeah. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
They're usually at the intersections.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Post it on Facebook. Tell them that there's a protest tomorrow at Children's Hospital at 11 a.m.
I will. God bless your efforts, brother.
Thank you.
It's actually a pretty cool shot. It's walking faster than I am. Do 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 do. Squirrel. 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 Let's see, I can do this. Do it. Oh, no, not me. Not me. Not me. That's here.
No, like I'm behind.
No. No, it's fine.
Billboarding it up.
Billboarding it up in the Boston Common. It's good. I'll be able to. I'm gonna take these shots and then I'll probably put them to music.
This event's gonna end soon.
Well, they still haven't unveiled the sculpture.
Weird.
They're still talking. They're talking. They haven't showed the sculpture yet. And there's a lot of people that are pissed that they couldn't get in.
Hey, Chris, it's nice to meet you. I'm gonna head out though. Alright, safe travels.
Yeah, likewise.
Pleasure to meet you.
Totally.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Get home safe.
You're about to go work.
I'll find you online.
I told Nicole I think that's fine. She's at the library, I guess. She was a little further than she thought.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aiden. Appreciate you, man.
Later. What? Still not like exactly with this. The up and down is inverted. It's like pilot controls. So I push up and the camera goes down. I push down, it tilts up.
How many people you got on there?
Right now, it says 3.
Thanks, all 3 of you.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. One of them's probably Daniel. It's okay. Really, I don't have enough subscribers for my lives to get pinged out to enough people for them to show up in the chat. Usually we get between like 3 to 20 chatters when we do like a premiere or have like a live stream or something. The group live streams are a little more popular because then everybody sort of promotes them. But the impromptu ones, like I announced this one yesterday, I wasn't sure what I was going to do when I was coming up. I didn't know if I was going to live stream or if I was just going to record video and then edit it later, but I realized that I could do it later. I miss those reactions. Damn. Realized if I do it to YouTube like this, I could download the video later and then cut it up and play with it. So that's what I'll end up doing next week. Is I'll be taking this footage, splicing it. I'll probably make a summary video like I did last time, where it's like all the interactions back to back, cutting out all the downtime in between. And then I'll probably make a trailer for that video, which is just probably like B-roll of you just like walking around, and I'll set it to some music or something. Are they gonna unveil this thing yet? It's still covered, I think. Yeah, still covered. Yeah, you can see it's way back there. It's right in the middle of the screen. It's the black tarp. It's still on the sculpture.
Ayanna Presley talking.
Yes. She's the squad member, the famous bald-headed lady.
Massachusetts.
Oh, she is?
I don't know. Is she?
Oh. Probably.
She's a Congress. Oh yeah, must be Congress.
She's a representative, yeah. She's one of them. She's one of the squads.
She wouldn't like me.
She was just saying how that the civil rights thing is still happening. I'm like, honey, you crazy. like we have equal rights, sweetie. Just like I don't even know what to say to some of these.
Maybe.
Jerry Callahan, how are you? What's going on? How's the event?
It's been good. We've had a couple really good conversations that'll be good on Twitter later.
Any fights?
No, it's
that's for
not
tomorrow.
totally peaceful. These are all adults.
Probably.
There's been some young people giving me a little bit of a hard time, but nothing much. And the black community always loves me. They don't have problems.
I was talking about that with you today. Like black people look at this like they don't buy into this at all.
You should have seen it earlier. We had a black mother of 6 talking to a white 18-year-old girl, explaining to her why this is all crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that when people come to your defense. And the person's like, we're all supposed to be against him.
Well, she was having a conversation with Chris, and this young lady just came up and started to engage, and she started to engage back. So
there's no black people in Antifa. They're all white punks, mostly little rich white punks. We got a lot of them around here, as you know, as you'll see. I think they're promoting it, saying show up.
I haven't heard anything.
Well, Boston Children's did.
Yeah, I tweeted out their thing.
They're promoting it for you.
Yeah, that was nice. So I imagine some will come tomorrow, but maybe they're cluing in that I like them coming, and maybe they won't.
Are you?
But I don't know if they can
right
resist.
in front of the hospital?
Yeah.
Like right down that street, Longwood.
Right where the big sign that says Boston Children's Hospital is.
That's a good spot.
They put me on. The police put me on the other side of the street. It's easier for exit.
And you know, like there'll be plenty of cops there. They tell you in
Yeah,
advance.
yeah, they called me.
Oh, really?
They asked me to change the date because of this.
I remember
was
that.
going to have it today. So
Today, I saw that. I said, good for you, because it was supposed to rain all day. And it just stopped. Tomorrow's cold, but it's clear, so I think you're going to get a good turnout. Where'd Turtle Boy go?
he just left.
It's great. All right, well, yeah, yes, he's the best journalist in New England, and he's by himself. And he breaks more stories every week than the Globe breaks in a year.
Wow.
He's amazing.
Incredible.
And they play catch up.
Thank you so much.
She'll say it too.
I know. Anyone over the age of 25 gets it.
What's your name?
Brently.
Brently Jerry.
Jerry, nice to meet you.
Take a picture. I'll screw it up
yeah.
if I take a selfie.
Totally.
I ran here, so I'm a little sweaty. I'm like Chris Cuomo. A little sweaty.
It's fine. You're pumped.
I thought this was at 1 o'clock. Is it still going?
Yeah, they have not yet unveiled the sculpture. They're still giving
You have to have
speeches.
tickets to get in.
I got news for you. I live near here. I jogged by here. You could see the thing like 6 months ago. If you wanted to, you just look through the fence and there it was.
Do you even need tickets to get in?
No. Are they selling them? Just for VIPs.
Yeah, they're selling them. They're not selling them here either. So a lot of people were pissed that they couldn't get in because they didn't announce that in advance.
It's designed to make sure it's all the beautiful.
It should be a big event for everyone to come and watch. Just have it open, have some screens set up, sure, but it's ridiculous.
Celebrating Martin Luther King and keeping the riff raff out. Let me get a picture of Frank Travis too. God, he's tall.
Let me get the glasses on.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
No, too close, too close. Thanks, Brent.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and give you a card.
You are fit. Good job.
This is our
I
show.
do. I live right here and I run and walk around home.
You're a former athlete?
Yeah.
Professional?
No.
No?
I made it to college, that's about it.
Okay.
But it was a long time ago. But it's
You
like
got kicked
basketball.
off the radio for saying we should change sex before you.
We got a trans activist very upset. He's a guy with a lot of money and a trans kid, and he just went on a crusade. Almost alone, but the Globe helped him. He teamed up with the Globe. Literally, they admitted it too. They had a reporter and an editor.
Jesus.
He teamed up with them and harassed our advertisers every single day. Literally, every advertiser had a list, and he sent an angry email to them every day. And they held out for 2 years. We went through everything. We went to sensitivity training. We did a podcast. We had like meetings with the guy. Literally had meetings with the guy 2 or 3 times. And he would walk out, would shake hands. He'd walk out and start doing it all over again. So they called me in 2 years after we did the show, which he posted and sent out. It was literally, you wouldn't believe how mild it was. We're just saying, this is crazy, this is insane. A 4-year-old kid transitioning. And the Globe, of course, made a big story about it, how wonderful it is. And there's a picture of the 4-year-old boy dressed like a girl and his mother all proud. You've seen it a million times. So we mocked it, ridiculed it. He took the clip of the show, sent it to all the groups and other angry, trans activists. And they just kept coming. He follows me now to this day. I went to podcast one for a while. I'm there like 2 weeks. I get a call. Who is this Bob Murchison guy? He's pissed. He won't stop. And they kind of wanted to get in me too, but I moved on with Newsmax.
Okay.
And I think they'll be good. I think they'll be good.
How long have you been with Newsmax?
Not long, just like a month.
Okay. Well, give me a call sometime.
And
I've been on a few times.
My partner, Kurt Minahan's with Barstool, and he's crazier than I am. And he went to a rally right near the guy's house. Got all his people to show up and sang songs, chanted, tried to get him to come out, confront him, but he just works in the shadows. He works with the Globe, and he just harasses your advertiser until they cry uncle. I mean, literally, when I got let go, they called me and they said he's cost us $8 million. We can't do this anymore. We don't know what else to do. And I thought, you got to be kidding. Wow. Move on. Yeah, it's a pretty well-known story in this area.
That's
we
all
were
money.
We were riding. We were number one. We were kicking ass. And they literally pulled the plug on the whole show. Got rid of all of us because of one guy.
Damn.
His son, whose daughter became a guy, and is now a transit activist in D.C. Working for some D.C. group. Who's probably been on your ass at some point. But if you haven't, maybe you'll see him tomorrow. No, he doesn't come out. He sits at home.
Well, they can't cancel me because I'm just me.
He sits at home in a $7 million mansion and just works the computer and just harasses people. And you're right. You don't have. That's how they work. I mean, that's why, as I've said many times, people are so afraid. You've dealt with it. I know Matt Walsh lives on TikTok and they deal with it, but they are the most ruthless and vicious mob. There's lots of mobs. The trans mob is the worst. They represent 0.1% or less, and they have such power. They instill fear in people. Newspapers, radio stations, TV stations, politicians, all scared of them.
Oh, I guess they finally unveiled it. Oh yeah, they finally did it over there. Kind of see it. I'll get a better view of it later, guys.
She
must have had too much natural gas cooking.
Yeah, she is vicious. She voted against investigating China yesterday. Said,
Not to investigate China.
Yeah, she voted
Okay.
against it. I think there was a handful of lunatics.
CCP is wonderful. Yeah.
Well, that's where the Democrats take their marching orders, is from the CCP.
All they did was kill 1 million Americans and send us fentanyl, and she wants to defend them. I'm going to guess Liz Warren's in there too.
Yep. Ayanna Pressley, Liz Warren, Mayor Wu.
We have the worst. I'll put our reps and senators up against anyone.
Well, Elizabeth Warren at least figured out she's not Native American.
She is.
She finally figured it out. Yeah.
I don't know. She's never actually admitted it.
I think she did. Yeah.
She said
got
she was
shamed
told
somehow.
by her grandpappy that she was Native American.
She looks like an elf, but she thought she
Blonde hair, blue eye.
If you look at her history, she got everywhere by lying. She got a professorship at Harvard by lying.
Yep.
They boasted that she was their first professor of color. Creeps. Get out of here.
Oh.
He just almost bumped into a woman because he was too busy rebuking us.
The guy who wants to stop people from lopping off kids.
It's a good spot to stand. We're gonna get a lot of reactions just standing here, probably.
Kids who cut off their wieners. He wants to stop that.
I'll have lots of conversations.
Yeah, that's messed up. Like,
we got some good footage already.
Did you?
Kind of take off.
yeah, we got a lot of good conversations. Probably a half dozen conversations.
Talking about how he'd been on UV lockers for a few years. He's so hard off now or something. And we had some young women arguing with me. Not arguing really. But yeah, it was good footage. Again,
There's a new video I just saw of Chloe Cole with Seth Dillon posted it today. That's fucking heartbreaking. She's saying, I did this to me.
So 2 nights ago, I was in DC for a conference for a couple of days with a whole bunch of people fighting gender ideology. Chloe was there, James Lindsay was there, Moms for Liberty, Tiffany Justice was there, and we went out for dinner 2 nights ago. And someone said, "Hey, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene." She was walking out of the restaurant.
Oh, I saw that. She tweeted it, right?
Yeah, and I ran outside because I know her. I've been on her podcast. I said, "Marjorie," I said, "we're going to be outside tomorrow. I'm going outside. James Lindsay and some others are joining me. Chloe Cole, Alex Stein was there.
Oh, was he?
He happened to be in town.
Was he with?
And she said, "I'll come out." So she came out and joined us.
Dontarius.
MSN just wrote this big media piece about how Marjorie Taylor Greene had some anti-trans rally and nobody showed up. It just was something that happened out of the blue.
Oh, really?
It's all fake news. They just created a story out of nothing. I was outside. She came and joined me. But they made this great long fake news story out of it, so it's hilarious.
I saw that.
They're giving you free media.
Probably you, and I saw Alex Stein tweet it. Was Dontarius there?
Dontarius was there.
With his shirt off?
Yeah, it was off. It was unbuttoned.
I'm sorry, I can't. I just look at Alex Stein and laugh. He doesn't even
He's a character, man.
He doesn't even say anything. I just laugh. He's
such a character.
He's so wonderfully mischievous.
Yeah.
He's like him. He's fearless. He just goes right to the crowd.
No fucks given.
When the Antifa starts fucking with him, he just laughs and holds the
The one guy, I saw the video where he just sort of like pushed him out of the way, and the guy just like toppled.
Fell down.
With a sidearm like this.
That's right. And he just starts
Slow
laughing.
motion.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do. They think, you're supposed to be afraid of us. Right. In Texas, they had guns, and he walked right up to him and like laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, you got guns.
Sarah Gonzalez too, posing for a picture.
All right.
Acting all scared. Antifa's out there in full battle mode, full body armor, AR-15s, rainbow patch, to protect a drag queen story.
You don't have to worry about them having guns tomorrow, though. They won't have guns.
I'm not worried.
They
BPD do a great job.
Doesn't matter anyway. They're
Exactly.
They don't.
What I always say, and it always holds true, not one of the men who ever are in opposition to me can even do 20 push-ups. Not one. I've never run into an athletic guy who's opposed to what I'm doing.
Right.
What's up, sir? How's it going?
I've never seen that. What are you against?
So we should be changing the sex of children. Yeah, there's all these kids now, mostly girls, who think they're boys because they're being taught that they have a gender identity that's different than their sex. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Girls who want to be boys. Child transition. They're giving kids puberty-blocking drugs to stop their bodies from developing, and then they give them the opposite sex hormones, and they're just cutting off the breast of girls. Wow. Because they want to be boys. And they're doing this in the children's hospital.
Children's hospital, they do that.
Yeah.
So they give them medicine to make it so they don't grow breasts.
Yeah.
Make it so that they
Stops
don't
them
develop
going into puberty.
Yeah.
Boys penis doesn't grow, their breasts don't grow, they're going to be wires.
And then
they give them testosterone so the girls grow beards.
why are these girls doing this? Because the parents are making them do it?
Because
Or
there's
because
this
they want to do it?
ideology, there's this cult that teaches kids that they have a gender identity which might be different than their sex.
Okay.
So you're a man.
So
but
like
if you identify
I'm
as a woman,
so can I be a woman? Can I be a lesbian woman?
sure you can. If you identify as it.
So that means I'm a woman, but I still like women. But I'm not a woman. I just feel like I'm a woman. But I like women, so I'm a lesbian.
You got it. That's what they believe.
So I can just say, hey, I'm a lesbian woman.
All you have to do is just say you're a woman, and now you're a woman. Yeah, you got it.
Well, that's crazy. You shouldn't have to even.
We shouldn't have to have this conversation.
At the very least, they should be able to be.
Damn straight. Kids especially.
But you're saying that they need. Parents should have to consent to it.
Well, parents don't have the right to abuse their children either.
Children cannot consent to be.
Yeah.
So that means that their parents should be able.
Well, no, not even then. But parents don't even have the right to stop this in many cases. Parents cannot stop
So you
this.
say, Mom, I'm doing this.
That's right. And They'll even, in some cases, take the child into foster care if the parents don't go along with it. The world's gone insane.
What are you hoping that? What are you hoping to
I'm creating awareness about this because when enough people figure out what's going on, we're going to put a stop to this. But the media refuse to report on it.
So by having laws where these drugs are basically illegal for minors.
That's right. Some states are passing legislation already, but we need the medical
They should
association to
definitely be
get on
illegal
board.
for minors, I think, because
You're darn tootin'
when you're
it
a
should
child,
be.
you shouldn't be able to. Well, is it permanent?
Yes, it's irreversible harm. They're cutting off the breasts of 14-year-old girls at Boston Children's Hospital. Yes, I've got video.
So they're cutting off
of them
they're having
admitting to it.
surgery.
Surgery on kids because girls want to be boys, boys want to be girls. They're castrating 16-year-old boys and turning their penis inside out to create a neo-vagina.
And that's irreversible?
Yes. You can't grow a penis back once you cut it off.
You didn't say it's cut. It was
No, they slice it open and invert it. It's messed up. I know, I'm giving you too much information here. But go to billboardchris.com or Twitter @BillboardChris.
It seems like nowadays,
There's a lot of people talking about this.
like everyone's saying that the world's going crazy. It probably might be like too strong of a. The devil could be too strong to stop. Because everything's about like pro people being able to choose whatever they want to be. I think it's like you're almost like it'd be like you're like almost.
This
Like,
is one of
back
these-
in the day, this would be like something you wouldn't have to say. Now it's just like you're radical.
That's right. I get attacked for saying you shouldn't sterilize kids. Seriously. I had my arm broken by it.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is that don't you think it may be just like too much to stop?
No, we'll stop it. I don't believe this is too much to stop. This is too crazy. The bulk of the population, 90% of the population supports me. People with a brain in their head like you, people with common sense, they all support me.
So why do you think there's so many girls or boys that want to do this? Like, what's wrong
It's
with
a social contagion. They're teaching this stuff in schools. It's all over social media. Hollywood has popularized it. You can just identify as whatever you
I've
want.
I've never seen on TV.
Oh, this trans stuff is
any actors or actresses that I know of that talk about like they think it's okay for their son or daughter or themselves to stop themselves from growing breasts or cut their penises inside out.
There was a whole show called I Am Jazz on TLC, a reality show for 8 years, where they were transitioning this boy who ended up getting his penis cut off when he was 17 years old. They formed a neo-vagina.
And he was devastated.
And they were celebrating this as though it was a beautiful thing. This poor little boy. Well, he was just a boy. And from a very young age, they convinced him he was a girl.
Does this poor little boy feel like does he feel like a poor little boy? Or does he feel like he's happy?
Brainwashed.
Or does he feel like he's happy?
Since he was a little kid, they told him he was a girl.
Everybody was, we've all been brainwashed at some point, right? Anything? Society, like we're like people that our environment forms us as human beings.
Sure, but we're not always, we've never actually tried to physically change the sex of children in the history of humankind. Anyway, nice talking to you, folks. Let's do that.
I'm on your side, but I just trying to like make sense of it, you know. Like,
You can't make sense of this, it's crazy. Thank you.
I just haven't seen like it being a problem. Like I never seen like any girls like, want to get this, or any boys that want to get any of that stuff happen.
In Pittsburgh, all the high schools, they did a survey, 10% of the kids said they're transgender.
Girls Club, you know that.
It's a problem, but if it's not in your circles, you don't know it's a problem, but it's out there. All right, peace. Thank you.
It's another good conversation.
Can we go in there now?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. These Republicans.
I guess they are not yet letting people in. They're not letting people in yet. Still not letting people in.
What's that?
They're still not letting people in.
just want to take a little gander.
Yeah, I want to get some video.
I think his face is on the side. I think I'm seeing his face. I guess that's where they met. They both went to school here.
Oh,
And they met right there.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. What's some of the responses you guys get?
A lot of positives, actually. Yeah, a lot of positives. A lot of quick, people just coming in, thank you, shaking his hand, that kind of stuff. A little bit, every once in a while you get somebody who will like say something snippy and then walk away. And then he had a couple of antagonists. I think he had like two. He had one trans woman he talked to, and one young straight girl. And they were more on the other side of the argument.
Yeah, it's really sad. I have a nephew right now that's dealing with it, And I'm grateful that he's on some other medications that he can't go through with operations and stuff because he's changed his name. But it's demonic. I really think it's demonic. It's
yeah, I agree.
Totally ungodly. And it's sick. It's these kids. Like one girl I read about, she looked in the mirror after her operation, having double mastectomy and stuff, and she just said, "It looks like Frankenstein got a hold of me." She was just so depressed. She went into a deep, deep depression.
Yeah. A lot of the stories are terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, my man. Yeah, you too. Good seeing you.
Yeah, it is. But God's on the move. I don't know if you're Christian, but I'm a Christian. I know what it is.
Christian-ish, yeah.
Yeah, but
definitely
come close to the Lord. I was in a deep pit of drug addiction and alcoholism. And there's a verse in the Bible that means a lot to me. It says, "You're in that pit of muck and mire, of my own digging, a pit of my own digging." And I was just hopeless and despair, and I just kept that vicious cycle going, trying to create my own hope,
Totally.
And it just came to the point I was just totally empty. And I cried out to God. That's what the verse says. Cry out to God. He's inclined. He wants to help people, but he won't override anyone's free.
Right? You got to ask for it.
And when you turn to him humbly, he lifts you up, puts your feet on that solid rock, and then he restores our soul. So these people who deal with this, so there's all kinds of issues in them. But everybody has souls that have been tortured in some way. If you're a human being, you have some stuff. Everybody has, God wants to restore that, and he wants a reconciled relationship. And he made one way to do it, and that's through the Savior Jesus Christ.
Yep.
It's not about religion. I could care less about religion. It's about having that love relationship with your Maker. So these kids that are being indoctrinated, I just learned something just like 2 weeks ago. Another meaning for devil is dividing. And over issues like this, dividing.
Very dividing. Very emotional.
Over black, here we are. Over black and white, people are still trying to stir it.
Yeah,
still trying to stir it up. They keep stirring it up. Divide. Rich, poor, all different things.
I want to go get him and
bless
have
you.
this conversation.
Yeah,
Thank you for talking.
Obviously they're struggling, they're depressed, they're anxious, and we need to help them, but you don't just cave into a child's demands. And there's no evidence that it reduces actual suicide rates. In fact, the suicide rates peaked 7 to 10 years after transition and are 19 times higher than their peers according to the very best study that we have. But that study's been done with adults. You'll find it, if you go to a website called statsforgender.org, you'll find all the studies about suicidality and suicide rates. It's the best website in the world for statistics on all this stuff. But there's never been a study on kids. This is all new. All the studies we do have are about adults. But yeah, we need to help these kids. They're struggling.
Yeah.
But kids have been going through puberty for 200,000 years without killing themselves.
Well, that is true, and I think oftentimes you see children. I mean, a precursor to this, I think, was also the suicidality rates amongst gay children, and that response to being told you are not this or it is wrong to be this, and killing themselves, realizing that was true, and the suicidality rates amongst
So I'm
queer
glad
children.
you brought up gay kids. I don't call kids gay. I say kids who will grow up to be gay because I don't like to attach sexuality to children, period. But But statistically speaking, if you look at all the studies into gender dysphoria going back decades, and they're all on my website, BillboardChris.com, 80 to 90% of the time, kids with severe gender dysphoria from a young age, and it used to affect boys mostly. Today it affects mostly girls. But if you look at the most recent study, for example, they followed 139 boys from the age of 5 all the way into their 20s. 87.8% of these boys, their gender dysphoria desisted, went away, they grew out of it when they went through puberty. And 63% grew up to be gay. So this makes sense when you think about it. A lot of gay men, when they were little, they were more effeminate. They didn't feel like they fit in. Today, these kids are being told they're trans because this whole ideology is about stereotypes. And now they're putting these kids who would just grow up to be beautiful gay men, like my friend Brently here.
Hey.
And they're blocking puberty. Their penis never grows. They end up with micropenis for life. I tweeted out this detransitioner story. He's a 25-year-old man. He wrote his story up, who realized he's just gay. But he had full transition surgery done. They created a neo-vagina. He developed what's called a fistula. It's a passageway from his urinary tract into his vagina. And he's been leaking urine continuously for 5 years. Doctors can't fix it. They don't know what to do. They just want to close him up.
A botched surgery.
This happens all the time. It's brutal, these surgeries. They have to dilate for the rest of their life. Otherwise it closes up. They have to go on estrogen for the rest of their life. It's shortening their lifespans. And the best study we have is actually from Sweden into suicide rates, where they are not lost to follow-up. All their future interactions with any medical health provider were all recorded in a centralized database. And 10 years after the fact, suicide rates peak. And anyway, this guy's 25 years old now. He figured out he's just gay. But because he didn't match stereotypes when he was younger, he was convinced he was trans. And that's what's happening to a lot of these kids. There's a lot of misinformation about this. It affects the gay community. It affects a lot of kids who have autism. About half the kids transitioning today are on the autism spectrum. That's not me making this up. This is according to the Tavistock, which is the gender clinic in England, where 35% of the kids out of a sample of more than 1,000 children had moderate to severe autism. If you include the mild cases, it goes about 50. And it's kids who've suffered trauma and abuse or foster care, who knows what. We need to help these kids' mental health instead of just giving them drugs and surgery. That's my pitch.
I understand that pitch. I understand that perspective. I'm inclined, having worked with many trans children and having been trans myself, I come to very different conclusions. But I can understand. I'm curious how you have conversations with people who are trans.
Some agree with me.
In the sense of?
Some say this is not for kids. A lot say this isn't for kids. Some don't. Everyone's different. They're not a monolith.
Right.
But I just try to have fact-based, evidence-based conversations. We are experimenting on children. The president of the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, Marcy Bowers, who is a trans woman, biological male. It's on video. I can send it to you. Or you can find it on my Instagram, Billboard Chris. He's giving this talk on Zoom, along with Johanna Nelson Kennedy from Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, where he admits that none of the boys, literally zero, who started on puberty blockers at Tanner stage 2, which is the beginning of puberty, as adults have been able to have an orgasm. So they're turning these children into anorgasmic, lifelong medical patients. And he's literally spitballing during this conversation, going, what do we do? Because intimacy in a relationship is important. And so what do we do? Do we delay the puberty blockers? Or do we start them on puberty blockers and then stop for a while so they can learn how to have an orgasm? Like, it's just wild, gross, obscene stuff. They're experimenting on children. They don't know what they're doing. It's damaging their bones. They're sending teenage girls into menopause. They're even cutting off the breasts of 12-year-old girls in California, like Kaiser Permanente. I also have that on video, where the psychiatrist Kellen Lackard admits to it. It's outrageous. And the Dutch protocol, which is the formula that they were following when they first started transitioning kids here at Boston Children's Hospital in 2007 when this gender clinic opened, they've completely abandoned it. And under the Dutch protocol, they weren't supposed to give cross-sex hormones to kids younger than 16 years old. They were supposed to rule out other underlying mental health comorbidities. And they don't do any of that now. They give these kids these drugs and hormones on their very first appointment. It's just affirmation only.
Well, thank you. I do have to get going. I have to meet a friend.
I really appreciate you having a nice conversation.
Oh yeah, it's.
We have to be able to talk about this.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we definitely come, I think, from very, very different perspectives. I very strongly disagree with your conclusion, but I think it's definitely important to have a conversation in a civil way, especially like with this embrace here, this piece today. But yeah, thank you, Chris. Much appreciated.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
A good conversation.
He disagrees. I don't know what he disagrees with, but that's fine.
I could see the gears turning when he was thinking.
Yeah, let's go.
We go in?
I'm taking off. I gotta finish my jog.
Jerry,
before
it's
it
so
gets
good to
dark
talk to you,
on me,
man. Anytime.
Nice to meet you, Jerry.
Come on your
Good
show.
luck.
It's good to meet you. Thank you so much for having me.
Where do you stay? You stay right
I'm like 3 miles away
what hotel?
in a hotel. It's called the Vision in North Boston.
The North End?
I don't know.
Those are some red shoes. Holy moly. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
I think Sam would give you a dirty look. I'm disappointed.
Oh, you're not bad. There's dirty looks. There's been some dirty looks.
But no, this crowd's pretty adult, and it's a black community mostly, and they're my number one supporters.
Right.
They're not having this at all.
A lot of good Christians, and as you said today, MLK, he would be on your side 100%.
100%.
He would be anti-trans and pro-life. I have no doubt. I'm not sure who that is. He's getting interviewed from TV over there, but does not look familiar. Could be a relative. It's not a local politician.
We're gonna go that way.
Or they on the bus. I can't hear you,
That's why
I have no idea. I don't have her number. I think we're not allowed it. Oh, February.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let these down.
February, they said it'll be open to the public.
No.
That's what they said.
Official unveiling, but it's not open to public until February.
February, it's a statue.
Very official.
What the heck?
Very unveiled.
You can see it, I'm sure, if you want to see it. It's weird. You know what they took down right over there? They took down a statue of Abe Lincoln freeing a slave. Someone took offense. They didn't smash it up. They put it away. Literally, Lincoln with a slave coming off his feet. A statue designed by freed slaves and paid for by freed slaves.
Jesus.
They took it away. Wow.
That sounds like racism to me.
Jerry, you're the best, man.
You can see the top of the hands.
Yeah.
It's like
It's interesting.
The libs were complaining that the event was not inclusive because it was ticketed.
It's going to be close till February.
That's what they said.
Makes no sense. This whole setup makes no sense.
Maybe they're worried about somebody like damaging it or something.
There's not. People
Doesn't
who
make any
damage
sense.
statues.
The people who damage statues won't damage that one.
Right.
They're not going to touch that one.
Although, give it time.
Where am I meeting you? I was hoping to see Liz Warren walk by, but
There's another exit. There's a couple exits.
no, it's probably a waiting limo.
I don't see any.
She might come out this way. There's some people with suits coming
I
out
think
this way.
the exit though is over there for like quick to the road.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it when I went to the bathroom over
There's
there.
a bunch of police over there. Let's
Yeah,
get
you
over
want to walk over there?
Let's go over there, yeah.
Let's go over there.
Oh my gosh, can I get a picture with her?
I need to change the mode, I think. To that mode. That is the mode. All right, we switch them. There we go.
Oh yeah, there's some cars.
Yeah, that's where we want to be. Oh my god, I'm a terrible cameraman. Folks, you want to see how inclusive this event is? Giant fence surrounding the whole place. Kind of see it. Let's see if I can give you a little perspective. Yes.
So did you try to get in with him or not?
No, he had, I guess they gave him orange wristbands, and he had one for someone else.
Oh.
Support you. Thank you. And I'll be at Boston Children's tomorrow. Maybe for it's like my last one.
You're fine.
Oh, always wherever I go, more than 90%. More than 90% people support me. It's just the young crowd. It's not that controversial.
Crazy indoctrination. The normalization of Indian citizens.
There we go. Okay, now you guys can see it.
I know on the other side there's a lot of confusion and heartbreak. But of course, I believe falls on natural law.
Yeah, people say this is about hate. None of this
Was that recorded?
Yeah, I'm live streaming.
All right, well,
You're all right.
I'm speaking my truth.
Yeah, it's probably. I try not to get supporters as much, just because I don't know if somebody wants to be on video or not. And technically, when you're in public, I can. But if somebody comes up to him and tells me he's a supporter, I'm not trying to like dox you in case your work finds out or something. That's how I just.
Okay.
When people support him, I try not to get you as much.
No, we got nothing but love for all these people.
Yeah, good. And that's exactly
we
how
want everyone to live the best, most fulfilled, healthy life they can.
Yeah,
And what's going on is not the way to do it.
I would say that rather than react with judgment or anything that resembled antagonism, I actually was even more engaged with the people who were on the other side. Because they were good and loving people.
A lot of people think that they're doing the right thing, but they've been deceived.
Yeah.
There's no evidence to support this.
Well,
leave the kids alone. If they want to do it as an adult, that's different. Yeah, thank you.
That's why I want to sell you the Poverty Foundation legal principle.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where the VIPs are going to come out.
Austin's a good-looking city here.
Yeah, they do it. It looks nice.
Right here.
Never get it quite. There we go. not using it enough to get muscle memory.
I do like one big trip a month. My girls are busy 4 nights a week anyway during the week. So we FaceTime at night, I still read the books and stuff.
I can confirm, I saw him FaceTiming his family last night. They are real. They do exist.
Yes, some crazy people were saying I don't even have a family.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What do we got over here?
Oh no, let's go over there. A little crowd of assembled VIPs, perhaps? Okay, obviously, everybody has a little to-go bag. Everyone has their little to-go bag from Verizon. Is that Verizon, or does it say? No, it says the Embrace. Woo! Sit down for a minute. Oh, she's looking. She's reading the sign. She's reading the sign. She's considering. She's smiling. She agrees. Oh, you get a picture. I don't know if he agrees. Oh, no, he nodded. Let's see. And get reactions. All right, maybe not. That was not as interesting as I thought.
Great ceremony, yeah? Yeah, that's why I was looking for them. I couldn't find them. That's in the front, so I didn't know where they were.
Yeah, it did.
right over the things.
Yep. Feel real safe with that guy driving.
The black people who was there when it happened, they can't go in.
It's a joke.
It is a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a damn
This
fucking
whole thing
joke.
is a joke. They got walls set up. The thing
They
should be
got
open to
people from
everybody.
Washington, D.C. coming up here.
Yeah.
The mayor.
Yeah.
I was there when that man was shot. I was there when he, I didn't want to talk about it.
I hear you.
I'm serious. I was there, not right.
How so? How so? Come tell me why we should care about kids.
It's a coward. He wants to yell something and walk away and not have an honest conversation.
No, but the thing about it is the truth, though.
Yeah.
I was there when a man got shot. I was 11 years old when he got killed.
It's incredible this isn't open to the public.
And I was there, and I I was part of it.
I feel your pain,
I was
man.
part of everything.
Yeah.
You only going to find this on your YouTube channel.
White people.
We're only going to find that on my channel too as well.
Yeah, totally.
So we like to document what we see.
He's pissed.
No.
I mean, and I understand his anger.
I understand the anger too. They falsely advertise a public event.
Yep.
And you don't do
This is
that.
America. That man fought for this country.
And I think they should have just planned it better.
Yeah.
A lot better. Should have advertised it with respect. Told people that you needed tickets to get there.
Yeah.
You don't advertise an event.
None of the events said you needed tickets.
Nowhere. No platform
articles
said that you needed a ticket. Not any
Yeah.
platform. WBZ, Channel 5,
I
Channel
was
7.
reading some of the articles, yeah.
Even Instagram and Twitter, nothing said you needed a ticket.
Right.
All of a sudden people get down here, oh, you need a ticket. Tickets are sold out.
Yeah. As of when?
As of when, exactly.
Nobody knows when the tickets
even
on sale.
when were the tickets
given
cost?
out.
And you
How
know,
much-
Where did you go
how much
to
did it
get
even
them?
cost?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot of what's your back there. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be
Watch the car, guys. Ron.
well.
it's a good question.
Maybe Elizabeth Warren's in there.
Lizzie Warren?
The man on that.
Park.
Okay.
You want to go to the deepest part of it?
Lying Lizzie?
City Hall and unravel the dirt in City Hall and keep going. It's like it's a domino effect. You'd be surprised. A lot of corrupt politicians. Sometimes we can expose that stuff. We gotta call it what it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing a lot more politician exposure.
Good.
Those videos are popular. I mean, you
You
see
have
Alex
to.
Stein going up to them and calling, Eye Patch McCain and just going out, Big Louie Latina to LAC.
Put them on the spot.
Live.
And a lot of them
Call
don't
them out.
want to talk on camera too.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the camera.
They are.
It's called a career killer.
Yes.
Put the
Totally.
career killer out there.
Oh no, somebody's gonna catch me expressing myself openly and honestly, and it's gonna destroy my career.
Be truthful. Just always actually.
It's because they're lie people. They're afraid of the truth.
Well, if they're afraid of the truth, then don't get in office.
Oh yeah, we got a little action coming down.
Little action, what's that?
Little VIP action.
Or that's the barrier truck.
Oh, it was the barrier trucks. That's not
That's
VIPs.
the 70,
Right, yeah.
19, I think it is, something like that.
They got this wonderfully diverse and inclusive, sculpture here that nobody's allowed to see unless you get a special ticket.
You gotta get a special ticket that no one knows about.
And I bet none of the VIPs had to get a special ticket, right? They were on a list.
They were on a list.
They were invite.
Invite only.
Ayanna Presley have to get a ticket? Probably not.
Probably not. I don't think she has any ticket.
Love that.
Thank you, sir.
All the family. Thank you. You guys don't get enough credit for the family court. Appreciate that.
That's right.
90%.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. I will. This is standard.
Yeah.
Is it really? Standard.
90%
All
easy.
the time.
It's not more like 95, 98%.
Can't communicate this unless you see it in real life. But it's always what it's like. Except when I go to a university, but that's different. You know, people see all the hate, they see all the crazy, and they think it's bigger than it is.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to come to the one. I thought, I don't know what you usually do.
This is it.
None of
Hang
these
out.
policymakers are representing the people at all.
No.
You got another VIP car?
A Honda.
I need to get out.
Wait a minute.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I think they probably already left.
Probably. They were probably out of here, shortly after their speeches were done. They're very important people, Chris.
Yeah.
They have to run off to their next event or their dinner or their fundraiser.
It's too cold in there to hang out. Yeah.
Since they killed Kennedy, you haven't seen you later. I think we did some political life decision. We took out Nixon. We might take out
What does that mean? You made a beautiful life decision? What? This is a beautiful life decision. We're out here defending the sovereign rights of children to not be sexually exploited by psychotic adults.
Yeah. Hey,
It's a
I should
wonderful.
put that on a sign. That's a good one. That's well spoken, my friend.
It was from the heart and spontaneous. Oh, bro. What's happening, bro? Is he running like that?
Yeah, he's barefoot running.
Okay, that's interesting.
And he's having a baby right now. Or something.
I don't know. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. It's not relevant, but it's curious.
Well,
I think he's stretching. Maybe he's doing a barefoot run thing. That's trending right now, I think. Barefoot running. Although that's all.
But it's not really a stretch. I don't know.
Hey, well, a horse stance can be a stretch. It can be a hip flexor stretch.
Oh, okay.
It does look like he's taking a dumper, though.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See that?
Yeah. So that was one compliment with one
No,
insult.
the middle finger.
Oh, did the yellow one? Did the guy in the yellow say something?
No.
Okay.
But probably would have.
PD is getting ready to roll out.
That guy's got something wrong.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting. It's gonna be loud. Okay.
You like my signs?
90% people do.
All right, Brently.
Wrap it up.
Okay, cool.
All right, we'll wrap it up.
Great to meet you, man. Oh, you're coming tomorrow? Fantastic. Great.
See you there.
All right. Good to meet you both. All right.
Thank you, Jeff. See you later. Thank you for coming.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm probably gonna keep streaming for a little bit more, and then once we get back towards the car, I'll probably cut it off just so that the car is not on stream. It's fucking mental illness.
That's really sad.
Yeah, it is really sad. Well, I would know what MLK is thinking if you know a little bit about MLK, you know about his personality, if you've read the things that he said, you could intuit that perhaps, he was a conservative Christian who would not be in favor of the gender mutilation of minors. And it's pretty obvious if you just, read some of his sermons, you get a little bit of his perspective. Oh, yes! Now we're getting the hate. You guys are coming in at the end. Where were you 2 hours ago when I started streaming? Or 3 hours ago. We've been streaming for 3 hours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pray for them.
Can you just re-summarize what he said?
He said he saw Martin Luther King in person, and he said two things: pray for them and love them.
And also, I'm not sure, Mr. Hater, I'm not sure if you were paying attention earlier, but Chris got a lot of props, and he does get a lot of props from people in the African American community because they appreciate his message. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, I haven't had one black person today has had a problem.
That way-ish?
Yeah.
All these squirrels. Yeah, there's a lot of squirrels. Squirrel! Radar would be happy. A lot of squirrel and a lot of marijuana I'm smelling in the air.
All right.
Welcome.
That was a good afternoon.
It was good. It was very good.
Nice and peaceful and productive.
Let me get
good
some
video footage.
Some more B-roll here.
Back up.
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. A couple of sides of this. This will be great. All right, fam. Woo! I'm tired.
Get some soup or something.
Yeah, some hot beverage foodstuffs. All right, folks, I'm gonna kill it here. It's loud. Love you. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate all the chatters, even the haters. It's nice to have some haters in the chat. It gives me something to respond to, and it counts as a view. So thank you. And we'll be back again tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.-ish. Back here on this channel, live streaming again outside of Boston Children's. If you are in the area, come out. You want to have a conversation with Chris? Come out. Have a conversation. If you're for, against, whatever, it doesn't matter. Come out. We want to talk to you. We want to see you. We want to express these loving and healthy ideas and do so in public. So I love you. Stay safe. Stay sane. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye.